Oh shit.
I can kill him. Like, I would have killed him if he didn't kill me first. I just can't be in his,
Yeah, that goes for everybody. If,
Well,
if
no,
you
I
gotta
have,
go
what
first,
I'm saying is I have enough damage now.
yeah, I do have damage, but I need to go first on him, not him goes first on me. If I get stuck in his thing, I'm fucked. He's outside his base now.
I wish I had the vision thing, but I haven't focused on getting them.
Oh yeah, I don't have that one either. He's gonna go for it, then he killed me and got both rapiers.
Yeah, I think the vision things are still here. Oh, he's so dead. Oh, there's double rapier in the middle if you want them.
Double rapier? I don't need double rapier.
Do you have another set?
I have one, I can have two.
I'm probably gonna just try to kill him while he's fighting Lich, because he's gonna have to spawn right on it.
No, what do you mean? Go on, do you want me to go his base?
No, I'm in his base right now.
Oh, okay.
All I'm saying is that whenever I'm gonna stick around and whenever Lich spawns, I'm probably just gonna try to kill him.
Yeah.
GG, stupid hoodwink.
I died too late.
Look at the hoodwink's base is gonna die before yours.
Oh
Yeah, look. He got owned.
Fucking god, holy thank god.
Vi, are you ready for your first game back on the patch?
Are you talking to Vi?
Is he not here?
No.
Oh. I saw he was in your house party. I assumed he was here.
Yeah, he left earlier. He left after he got knocked out of this game.
I can't kill a lich, how am I gonna kill you?
Don't try? Question mark?
Oh shit.
What should I do with my 38,000 in gold?
Oh, lich. What's your items? Tell me.
I'm not telling you. You've seen them.
I don't remember.
Unfortunate for you.
Just click his thing on the top.
You can't
Works.
see my items, you can see my abilities.
I don't know. I have no idea how to beat you. Let's
I'm trying out the rapiers though.
You wanna kill me faster then?
Who's making lobby?
I don't do damage. Leave me my rapier. Let me take it.
Yeah, I'll let you take it.
Okay, move your bash and let's fight right clicks only. What do you think of that? Alright, let's go. I
have a root! I have a root!
Oh
I
man, I
have
don't even have to go.
gold.
Oh.
I had 100,000 gold. There's a specific orb, purple orb, that whenever you're inside of your chemical rage, you can recast it, and you take more damage, but you gain like percentage attack speed.
Jeez.
So at the point where because you can like stack it like 4 or 5 times, and then you attack like, I don't know, 7, 8 times a second. So I was able to just like start killing everyone once I got that one.
Peter, are you happy with the team you got that you drafted?
Yeah.
He's milking you for content.
True.
Is he even streaming?
Yes, he's streaming. He's milking you right now.
I see.
Welcome, Zook.
Have you asked the other captain if you can stream?
He can say no.
Yeah, you should ask the other
Well, they
captain.
can say no to you being in the lobby, but if worst case,
Yeah,
then we'll just stream on a delay from just watch game in client.
Yeah,
Oh shit.
but the answer is no. You haven't asked him.
No, I don't know what his fucking username is.
Raz, Rag, something like that.
I thought it was Chaz.
Chaz, exactly. That's it.
Isn't that your literal only job other than the whole streaming thing? For this whole setup?
Normally I just ask whenever I get in lobby.
Right? Hop in a broadcast channel and then ask
Yeah.
after you're already set up.
And if they say no, they're just kind of dicks. Easy.
I mean, what if I don't say yes?
Well, you're not a captain, so get fucked.
Well, I could convince Hayawi to say no for a meme.
You could.
Win the poll just to tell you no. That would be hilarious.
Then we just take away your votes and go to Peter's.
Okay, I don't care. At that point, I don't care.
I won't
For
accept
memes.
you. I'm your second thought.
He says no too.
Don't believe him, Zook. Nas cares, otherwise he wouldn't have gotten everyone to vote for him.
I just wanted to beat Peter.
That's fair. I could actually see that. I don't want to win, but I don't want Peter to win either. Out of principle.
I refuse to let Peter have things over my head.
Right. Out of principle, I've entered the contest. It's funny.
I imagine that's like kind of how like this like certain pro scenes where it's just single people, where it's like Smash, for example, where there's like tournaments and stuff that you're doing, and then you're just like, I hope this one guy doesn't show up because he's going to make it to where I don't win.
I mean, that's what happened in like Melee when the 5 gods were super good.
Yeah, you just hope one of the big guys don't show up, so it's competitive for everyone else.
Yeah, this RD2L website's having a really bad time.
I don't think I've ever.
Yeah, it's had a hard time all day.
I don't think I've ever had the RD2L website just work the entire time I've been trying to use it. Which, I mean, is fine. It's RD2L website. Not that big.
What if I don't say yes? Huh? What if I don't?
He's watching.
Okay,
Then-
back to scouting.
You wouldn't get exposure. Oh.
Did you message him, or was he
Yeah,
watching?
why aren't you? He might be just listening for the insights.
Maybe.
He's lurking.
Yeah, in finals week, I would listen to you guys talking shit just to see what your thoughts were.
I know.
Bro, what the fuck am I supposed to getting a rigged stand-in? How is that guy Archon now, bro? That guy's a fucking ancient player.
Who?
Who is?
The guy he's gunning for Senden.
Yeah, who?
Maestro, it's Bear. From RD2L.
Stro versus For the Boys.
That's so weird. It's gonna be so weird because everyone's gonna call the stand-ins rigged.
Right. So, what do you guys think about the strategy, if we can call it that, of throwing the first series so that you lose and you're immediately in the bottom half, and then all your opponents for the rest of the season are much worse than if you're on the top side?
My masculinity could never allow it.
Okay. You think that's actually a good advantage?
No,
though?
I don't think so.
I think this is a for fun league.
Yeah, it is, but still.
I mean, even
if you lose the first series, then you're immediately getting matched with.
Yeah, but it's like next week. Like it comes to a point where it's like either you have easier matchups earlier, or you're able to just no longer care about games earlier, right?
I don't even think that it's
So
like
either like if you go, say for example, you were to go 6-0, right?
Okay.
Each match is going to be harder, but once you're like 9-1, you don't have to really care anymore because 9's always getting playoffs, right?
Sure.
But if you're 0-6, you have the easiest possible matchup. Sometimes you're even getting buys, but you have to try the whole season, right?
yeah.
Right.
So it's
I
like when do you want to
throwing that many?
Well, just in general.
How many,
right? Just as
right.
an example.
How many
It's just a difference of you either have to care more earlier or throw games later.
I agree, but
not
if
caring
you
about games
only
later.
lose one series, then your matchups for the rest of the season are significantly easier, and you don't have to care too much, because the only reason it would matter is if you were one of those teams that's going to go like 6-8 or something, and you're just barely looking for the cutoff.
how many weeks are there?
If you think your team's actually competitive.
I think it's really hard to tell how a team's going to perform before they get into a series.
I think it's 8,
8 weeks.
regardless of how many teams signed up. I think they schedule it for 8.
Okay.
8 playoff places. Is that what you're saying?
No.
No. 8 weeks of pre.
Oh yeah, it's 8
pre-game
weeks.
season.
8 weeks. Yep. 8 and then a 4-week postseason and then interdivisional.
So you guys are gonna
championship.
play almost every team anyway, so I don't think there's a benefit to playing.
I think the only strategic thing there is that's like, don't try as hard or don't do what you can is like if you have specific strategies that you
Right.
know can work and you know there's not a patch coming that's going to mess it up or something like that. I think there's merit to let's put this away, let's save this.
Does
Right.
anyone
But
know?
not showing your best heroes, right?
Does anyone know Kiyotaka's?
If you're watching the
Profile?
stream,
I believe it is the Chaz.
Yeah, it's Chaz. That's his Discord username.
Chaz. Because I'm. It's the only thing. It's the only RD2L link that will not load for me.
yeah, I've got like 3 of you guys. that won't load.
Once we're in lobby with him, you can just pull up his Dota buff because you'll be able to just pull him from Dota buff, right?
Fair
You also
enough.
get this scout sheet from the LD2L website, and it will have his player number on there.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
just go
That's
to
actually a
LD2L.
good idea.
That is good information, Jag. This guy gets it.
Jag, you are officially now better than pudding in my eyes.
Like at
This is
Dota.
why I'm
or
an
period.
analyst.
Yeah.
See, this is why I'm not playing, and I'm the analyst
Jags-
on the sidelines.
Jags,
You can't lose if you're just watching people lose.
Right?
Spied EZ.
You can't
Alright.
win either, but you can't lose.
Yeah. See, I wanted to go out on top, but
You went out
Watched
on.
it.
You went out. I mean,
400 Necro
second place is
games?
just first loser. You know what I mean?
yeah, it
Who even
is.
plays Necro?
Especially the way we played. Like, I don't even feel like that was
Yeah,
a
it
good
just
second
kind of.
place.
It was sad. It was sad.
Yeah. I would have rather gone out like 7th or something with that kind of.
Yeah, just quit. If we're gonna quit carrying at some point, why even try at all?
Well, it's just I don't know. So many sad
oh,
shortcomings.
Nico's here too.
Hello, crazy man, Nico.
Hey.
Oh, yeah, let's go to the. I'm gonna go to the other chat.
Yeah, I was about to say this is just your team chat now.
Yeah, basically. What's up, costume?
Peter, lobby's up.
Yeah, I was reading the thing.
Come with me.
Yeah, I'm the.
Good luck,
Oh, I
guys.
Good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Mr. Kiyotaka sent me his Dota buff personally.
Come.
That's a power move right there.
I asked, I added him in the Discord. I said, "Send me your Dota buff. I can't pull it up." He just sent it to me.
Nice.
A little bit too late, but we're here.
All right. Good luck, bud.
Is your guys' lobby up?
I don't see it. I've been refreshing. So I saw Econ versus
Yeah.
Peter, but theirs isn't up. There's only like a couple too, so everyone's running a little late. But that's okay.
Yeah.
And it's up. Just popped.
Alright. Alright, what trash ass name is our channel name gonna be?
Oh, it's got to be something dramatic, but still PG. Hmm. What was Nas's purchase price? It'd be like $250 for what?
Here, let me go to LD2L. I'll look right now.
Oh man, that's funny.
Alright, draft. Let's see. Does it show their purchase price?
Yeah, it's in the. There's both a history section, and then you could probably get it in the teams.
Alright, let's see. Teams.
Yeah, I see Nas for 210.
Alright, 210 for what? I like that.
Oh man, can you do the dollar sign so
Yeah.
that everyone knows it's money, and then it's more obvious?
I like it. I like it.
That's pretty good.
That is good. See? Coming in here, shit talking. Not the other team, but just the cast. Whenever it hasn't even happened
Right.
yet. That's what you get.
That's what you need.
Yeah.
This is the real deal here. I don't know. I think their team looks really solid. I want to say they were rated really high. Someone did a
Yeah, For the Boys
content
did.
bit.
Yeah, I think For the Boys has like one glaring problem with Peter's team being the worst in the league, which is definitely not true. Because Tiramisu,
Oh, I don't think
I think Tiramisu's team.
he put them that low.
He did. He put them relegated to LD2L.
Oh yeah. You're talking about the image
Yeah.
thing, the tier list sheet. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Bearcats. Bearcats did an
Oh,
actual
Bearcat did?
article, and he wrote up.
Okay.
Yeah, he wrote up an excellent article. So he put up everyone's numbers, everyone's purchase price, and he did like an actual paragraph on each team and what he thought, their like draft grade was, which I thought was pretty spot on. I was reading it, and I know some of the folks on the list, and it seems pretty straightforward. He gave Peter a B, and I think he gave Hayawi an A.
I think I'd agree
Let me
with that.
check.
I think the big pains for Hayawi's team is gonna be probably their off lane.
Yeah,
Although
Hayawi is technically limited in some things. Like we were playing a pub with him the other day, and Hayawi was 3, Nas was 1, and they did a replay analysis afterwards and kind of reviewed how the game went. And Nas was teaching them like some basic mechanics. So I think Hayawi's got a lot of room for improvement, but he was like Nas was teaching him how to aggro creeps back or something.
I think the reason why Hayawi's lane's gonna suffer a little bit is strictly because the majority of the mortals are position 1 this season, I think.
Yeah.
It's always
Yeah, and they'll abuse an offlaner that doesn't know how to creep aggro.
yeah,
So it's going to hurt the lane real bad.
but
Yeah, so Bearcat actually gave Hayawi an A+, and they gave Spitties a B-. So huge difference in Bearcat's assessment.
yeah, I mean, I think with Kiyotaka, I think the big problem with his draft is there's a lot of people that we just don't know on his team.
Right.
It seems like it was the draft of everyone who doesn't actually play in RD2L.
Hey, and if he put in time to scout them and figured out who they were, that could be really good.
Could be. Could also just be an absolute tragedy, and
Yeah, that too.
Result in a disband after this week. Who knows?
Yeah, so I think the only guy I really know on Kiyotaka's roster is Champ, and I like Champ. So Champ is on my Battle Cup team.
Yeah.
He's played with me probably 3 or 4 times. He's pretty solid. He does get upset with the rest of the team kind of screwing up some things sometimes, but he's real good with helping out with shot calling and macro calls and strategy and whatnot. He's got some aggressive builds. If they put him on support, I suspect he may try and build a little core-ish. He likes to do that on Battle Cup.
He is
too.
100.
He'll be playing like position 5.
He's 100%
try to build.
going to be their position 5. He's by far their lowest MMR.
Well, sometimes you don't always put the low guy on 5. So like I've been 4 on my low runs.
Yeah,
and I think there's a lot of value to making the P4
the only reason
the low man.
The only reason why I think they won't is because Rage is either going to be their 3 or their 4, and he's like a mid-ancient or a mid-legend player.
Yeah, the only thing I would say is, so I know Champ's pool because of the Battle Cup thing, and he doesn't play the 5s that the league likes, and maybe Kiyotaka's okay with that, but he doesn't play saving 5s. He doesn't do ABBA, Dazzle. He doesn't do sort of the go-tos. And so like, for example, the other day he wanted to play Dawnbreaker 5 for Battle Cup, which, is perfectly fine a lot of times and worked out in that case. We won the game. It's just sometimes when you've got a guy that typically plays off lane in his pubs and then he's running a core-ish hero in a support role, he can build a little greedy. And so, without, someone guiding him along saying, hey, I'd love for you to build a pipe or a force staff or a glimmer or whatever it is they want, he may accidentally get the Desolator out of nowhere. And you're just like, why does my people have this? It's like, well, that's because it's Dawnbreaker's item. It's like, well, yes, that's Dawnbreaker's P3 item.
Have you been doing any looking up on what like the meta builds are right now?
Oh yeah, I check constantly. So I was watching, the pro games today. I was watching probably a lot of the Berlin.
Yeah, what do you think? What do you think
What
do you think the best item is in Dota right now?
The single best item.
I think there's 2 contenders.
Well, Hayawi is wrong, and it's not Phylactery.
I think Phylactery is in top 5 right now.
No way.
Oh,
I don't think it's anywhere near that good. It's fun and it's cool. It is not that strong. The tiny little bit of damage you get is like, what are you doing? You're basically breaking people's blinks, and you're preventing them from blinking in from far away. If you use it on a spell that doesn't typically do damage, that's cute, but you're not getting a lot of benefit with a micro little 150 damage item. Like it's not super strong.
Yeah. I mean, I played a game earlier with Clink's Phylactery, and it felt really good, actually. I was surprised, because,
Well, that's because the tar bomb is single target, right?
Yeah, it's
it's basically like an improved Batrider napalm.
Yeah, but it's also, the reason why it felt really good on Clink's is because Clink's requires a mana item now. If you don't have a mana item, you're griefing. So, it's like the perfect amount of mana for you to sustain. And I think that's why it's actually a lot better on a lot more characters, is because the stats on it are really good for the price.
Okay, I could see that. If I had to pick one item, I would say it's probably Medallion of Courage, followed by Pavis.
Medallion!
And Pavis is probably... Yeah. So the upgrade to Solar, I feel like is a little bit more a lot than you want to go for, and a lot of the the supports that are typically going to buy it are going to get later, then it's really strong. But Medallion is unbelievably strong for just 1,000 gold. You get it so early on in the lane, it makes a huge difference.
That is true.
But same thing with Pavis, the new shield item. It's like modeled after like the medieval crossbow.
Yeah, no.
Archer shield.
So my top 3
good
items right now is number 1 is probably Vanguard. I think Vanguard is so stupidly strong for how cheap it is. And it upgrades into the second best item, Crimson Guard. And then followed by Pavis. I think Pavis is the 3rd best item in Dota right now. But Medallion, I could see the argument for Medallion being up there too. But I think just
Yeah, no, I agree with the Crimson. I feel like both Crimson and Pipe somehow got tuned to the point where they're doing way too much damage block. Everyone on Reddit's talking about how Pipe is unbelievable.
yeah.
Crimson is unbelievable.
I
It's
think
why is it blocking this much
I
damage?
think Crimson's a little bit more busted than Pipe right now, just because they added extra damage block to it. I don't know why you would just increase the amount of damage you block.
Yeah, I don't mind that as much. I still see Crimson as a little bit more niche. Like you always have to get Crimson against a PL. You always have to, get it against heroes like that.
Man,
where-
I think you buy Crimson every game on offlane. I don't think there's a single game where it's really bad unless they have like 2 dispels and they're magic, or they're like entirely magical.
I would say that's true for Pipe. I feel like Crimson is not quite at that level. I think Pipe is a must-buy for someone on your team every game. I could see people legitimately skipping Crimson and it still being
the only
understandable.
reason why you would ever skip Crimson is because you just don't need the upgrade for your allies, but you still buy the Vanguard every single game. I don't think there's a game where you don't buy Vanguard, and it's just something that you're eventually gonna upgrade to, use gold, right? Because even if it's like not the biggest upgrade ever, it's still like a required item that has an upgrade.
I think that's true, and part of that is I think they screwed up Ring of Health, and so when they added the other item, the Cornucopia, you can't really go for the early Ring of Health in your lane and then build it into 47 things.
Yeah.
Now, offlaners still have to go for that Ring of Health just to sustain in their lane, but they have fewer build paths for it. Whereas, previously you could use Ring of Health and you could turn it into, 47 different items based on Perseverance combining or whatever.
Yeah.
Now, Perseverance only builds into half as many things, and then you have to get this Cornucopia crap, which costs way too much and gives you a whole lot less because it's like the new Perseverance-esque thing. And now you can't do like a Lincoln's or an Orchid or a Refresher Orb with your Ring of Health.
But I mean, I think right now we're in kind of the same problem where Poor Man's Shield was, where it's too good at too low value. Because when Poor Man's Shield was in the game, oh my god, if you didn't buy a Poor Man's Shield, you're actually griefing.
Right, and they actually had to give it to everyone because the people that weren't getting it were they didn't understand why they were screwing up. So then they're like, okay, all melee heroes get a Poor Man's Shield built in by default on the next patch.
Well, you got a Stout Shield, but
the Stout Shield.
The reason why Poor Man's Shield was because they gave you like 2 armor because they gave you 6 agi for 500 gold. It gave you 6 agi for 500 gold and damage block. That shit was crazy, but.
Yeah.
All right.
Here we go. We're in the draft.
What bands are you wanting? I think.
Oh, it's got to be meta stuff. It's got to be the top 4 offlaners. I expect them to nuke out a Doom at least.
I wouldn't mind.
Maybe an Underlord.
I wouldn't mind seeing Doom or Underlord Vant. I would love to see a Medusa pick, but I think Medusa should be banned.
Yeah.
Okay, so
NP. Not really sure. But I guess one of those guys is an NP spammer.
Drunkmers is an MP spammer.
Oh, they're doing meta stuff. They're leaving Nico's pool in. They're just saying we're gonna take out Alk. That's good.
Yeah, I mean Nas is a really good Alk, and if Alk's also one of the best heroes in the game right now, so.
Right, but target banning Nas is it bodes well for Kiyotaka's stack. They feel like they've figured out Nico's whatever, and they're just gonna let him pick a semi-cheesy mid, and they're just gonna handle it. That bodes well for their draft, unless they didn't scout at all, and then they're just banning meta stuff.
Oh no, there's the techies ban. There's the techies ban.
Okay, all right.
Hey, put some respect on that name. See, yeah, Medusa.
I guess.
I
first phase. Oh, first pick, not even 8th pick. I think that's too greedy.
Medusa is by far the most busted hero in this game because you can put her anywhere. You can put her mid. You can put her 1. You can put her 3.
10 seconds remain.
And she just.
Yeah,
she does.
But they left all the counters in. Where's the Nyx ban? And you might lose the coddle here. Like if they don't get the coddle with it, it feels much worse.
I just don't think it's that big of a deal. Like even because Nyx is probably the biggest counter to Dusa, sure, but
absolutely.
The problem with going for the Nyx is or leaving banning Nyx with Dusa in the pool is you either have to assume that they're gonna ban it, because I mean, if you ban Nyx, you should probably ban Dusa, or if the team bans.
Right. But they should take it here. Like, why not just respond? I don't understand the Darkseer right off the bat. It feels like they weren't ready for this, and they're not playing into it. They're just gonna say we're gonna do our own thing. We're just gonna ignore the Dusa. You have a carry. Whatever.
Darkseer is actually one of the few offlaners who deals well with Dusa, because
Okay.
you drag her in and she can't really run away from you, and you just melt her mana pool down.
Good deal. And the Nyx is a good lane partner, so you give the Nyx the Ion Shell, and he can easily outtrade the P5. So the Nyx is almost a given. I like Kiyotaka's response a lot.
I think this is for sure Dusa 3.
Really? Interesting. Because of the Nyx response, or just like they weren't going to flex it?
No, as soon as they picked it, because Hayawi's been spamming it. So.
Oh, okay. I can see that.
Yeah, the only
Bounty Hunter
Bounty Hunter Dusa lane sounds kind of crazy, because Bounty Hunter buys Phylactery, and Dusa is gonna buy a Phylactery, and if they have like even somewhat decent lane, they're gonna have 2 Phylacteries at like minute 10, and just instantly be able to shred people.
I guess. I feel like, they probably joke about that, but they're not going for a 5-man Phylactery build. And the Anti-Mage ban just now in the first phase makes me think it's a stronger or a higher priority Dusa than a 3. If you're going Dusa 3, you would be happy to get the other team to take an AM, because then you've basically baited them into picking a carry that you know about, and then you can counter that with a mid puck or something.
The problem with that,
Nico's puck is excellent.
I think the problem with that is it's if you play Dusa into the Anti-Mage lane, your Dusa is gonna have 0 lane, because Anti-Mage is gonna just right click him.
Yeah, but that happens with any sort of matchup. But the Dusa should have enough range and the Bounty Hunter to keep the AM off, or the AM's losing farm and the Dusa's just leeching her XP. And I think the P3 should be happy with that. I really think that they're protecting a higher priority Dusa. I'd be surprised if they still run it 3.
Maybe. I mean,
without any other.
I mean, they are just straight up banning all Dusa counters right now, because Slark's the second best, or probably actually the best hero at countering Dusa right now.
Right. And Nico's an excellent puck. So if you can hard counter an AM with a puck, which is his worst mid matchup, then I think you're real happy.
According to Peter, it's actually not. Troll Warlord mid.
What is he?
Troll Warlord mid is Peter's one that he says is the best counter. Which is fair, because Troll Warlord is Anti-Mage's biggest counter, but Troll Warlord mid.
Yeah, I guess, but then you have a Troll mid, which is a little off meta too, and then I guess I wasn't thinking the Troll would be, as common of a mid hero, and not something I think of for Nico's pool. I'm sure he could pull it off, but I remember seeing Nico play puck, I think twice last season, and styling on people. And no one could catch him. They're all having a terrible time. Maybe the Nyx is a little better for catching him, but still, I think Nico would be perfectly happy to take that matchup.
Yeah.
Hero 5, that's solid.
Is that one
strong against the Bounty Hunter in lane?
Is that one of Champ's heroes?
Just harass. I think it is, yes.
Okay.
That was one of the ones that we were considering for Battle Cup yesterday, actually. And he's a perfectly fine Jakiro, but really it's going to be excellent against the Bounty Hunter. You don't want to go melee and just let the Bounty Hunter Janati you constantly, and you're trying to fight him in the jungle, contesting pulls. Jakiro, you get the 2 range nukes, and Bounty Hunter doesn't want to play near you. Yeah. So this is an excellent protect for their P5.
I also like how it's going to be kind of hard for Bounty Hunter to really bully the Jakiro too, because he's so tanky. Jakiro being one of the tankier 5s.
Trick with the Bounty Hunter these days is you go for your Invis. Aegis is typical disruptor, nothing special. But with the Bounty Hunter, you go Invis. Oh, it's not.
Yeah, Wizards.
Interesting.
Wizards playing.
What happened to Aegis? You just missed it.
Yeah, Aegis is at a concert right now.
Oh, good deal.
Yeah.
10 seconds
Well, that's kind of
remaining.
funny. But the trick with the bounty hunter now is to skill your invis and then use the stun right as your invis was running out, and then recast your invis and then hit him
Yeah, you
again,
get
so that you
double
get 2
stun.
seconds of stun instead
Yeah.
of 1. And that can be really devastating if you're out of position,
But
especially on a slower
But
hero.
the problem with that against Jakiro is Jakiro has like some of the highest base armor for a ranged intelligence hero. I think he has like 6 base armor. So even with the additional right clicks you're gonna get out on the bounty hunter, it's still gonna be. By the way, that is 100% a deuce of 3.
Yeah, with the monkey now, that's
I don't
definitely
know.
Nas's.
I don't know why they would pick Monkey into Darkseer. Maybe I know Nos shit on Dante yesterday doing it, but I don't know how much.
But that's
I don't
that's
know how
also,
much of that is
immortal versus ancient difference kind of a thing, as opposed to it's just playable.
Yeah,
I'm surprised they took the carry here instead of trying to protect Nas with another hero to see and just taking Nico. So I guess they're really banking on Nico,
well,
sort of whipping out something surprising after the bans.
well, you would rather just because you already know your lane matchup on your pause one, so you can pick a hero that you are okay with going into. They're gonna have to either pick their off lane here or their mid. And if they think this is a mid Dusa, they might pick something mid that can kind of deal with it. Going with the...
No, I think that's carry matchup. You see the Monkey King, you know it's a carry. You take the carry that you want, and you counterpick your mid on 24 after you see Nico's. So I really like Kiyotaka's draft here.
I think
they're
Morta is...
responding excellent.
Yeah, I think Morta is a wonderful pick.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it's going to be really happy to the Monkey King. The Disruptor is going to be a little problematic, but I think the carry matchup is just what they're aiming for. And as long as the Morta's happy going against the Monkey late, then they're perfectly fine.
Plus, Morta's also really good at dealing with Dusa, because as soon as Dusa ulties, you just deadshot her, and then she runs away, and her ulti's essentially useless.
5 seconds
Yeah.
remain.
I don't mind that. So I feel like Kiyotaka has a pretty solid advantage going into the last couple bans here, and really, Show Me Your Balls is going to have to whip out some pretty big Nico balls here and surprise them with something that's so cheesy that they can't even counterpick it on 24. And I don't know what that is. They've lost the Tinker, they've lost the Techies. I'm really curious to see what their last 2 bans
Well,
are.
they banned Necro.
And what they think.
I don't... Even if this dude's a Necro spammer, I don't even know if I would want to ban Necro here. It's not like...
No. That was Nico's team banning the Necro.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying I don't know why they would ban Necro. I don't think any of their heroes are...
It protects a Huskar, so if Nico wants to whip out a Huskar, Necro's the single biggest mid counter.
Yeah, but I don't think...
They ban a Pango
I
instead.
think Huskar kind of gets fucking demolished here.
You don't have a great Spirit Vessel carrier, so neither Nyx or Jakiro want to go for the Spirit Vessel. Definitely not Darkseer. So
Yeah,
it ruins their
but
build a little bit. They've got to go for an item they're not going to want. Darkseer doesn't build a halberd. In fact, no one on this team builds a halberd. So actually, Huskar looks really solid.
But the problem with that is Morta does so much magic damage, and Huskar doesn't have magic resistance anymore, so you just kind of melt him. Same thing with like
potentially, but
Nyx Assassin. You just vendetta him, and since it does pure damage, you just kill him while he's at low HP.
If you catch him at low HP, but the Muerta's buildup is going to be so much slower than Nico. So Nico on his Huskar is going to be rolling around getting kills. Muerta's not going to be ready to go after him for the first 25-35 minutes. Nico's going to have an early period of the game and probably half the mid game where Nyx and Muerta together are absolutely not going to be trying to.
To be honest, I would actually really like to see a Void Spirit here. It's someone who's active. It's fairly good against Morta because you just jump in. If you want to go your Ags build, you can silence Morta before she gets her ulti off. It lets you catch Darkseer because it gives you another stun, which is pretty reliable if you play Void Spirit at all.
it doesn't give me the Nico last pick. Show me your balls vibe.
No,
That's
I don't
not what I'm
know. I
expecting.
don't
But how Scar
know
fits
Nico's
their
pool.
sort of play style better.
I don't know Nico's pool at all. So.
Well, let's take
Brood
a look. Nope, that's one of
Mother.
the pages that won't load. Nice. Also cheesy.
What? I think this.
I like
think
it.
this is a pretty weird brood game though, because
Yeah. You're going to lose all your spider lanes to the Jakiro and Darkseer in a lot of points.
yeah, like it's,
I'm curious to see how it does with the changes, and so
Yeah, like
I'm
it's
going to reserve
it's
judgment.
almost.
I
It
feel
almost.
like it's been avoided.
Yeah, it almost feels like you're giving a 10 pick brood on 9 pick just to get countered.
Sharpen your
Well, potentially. I
there's
think
the
that
void spirit.
they have to be really confident with it. So for some reason, and the Brood dropped to what, like 30-something% after the patch. So everyone hates the hero. Even the Brood players, for some reason, hate the hero. And I think Nico has probably played it a couple times to figure out what's going on. And he's got to read.
Here's the real question. The most important question. How many phylacteries are going to be built? My goal, my guess, I think there's at least 2.
Yeah, 2 is very conservative. I could see 2 or more.
I could see.
I'm thinking the Bounty Hunter.
I could see Medusa, Bounty, and Broodmother all building one. I don't think anyone on Dire would buy one.
I'd be very surprised to see Nico mid-brood try to do a phylactery. I think Dusa Bounty Hunter is about right. Maybe Disruptor if the team is going for, hey, let's all meme and build the same thing. And I don't think anyone on Dire as well is going to build. So I'm leaning more towards just 2.
Yeah.
Hayawi
I will
and Pills are going to be a corny phylactery
I will
lane.
say this. I think Darkseer is one of the worst or not so good Crimson buyers, but that also goes the same for Dusa. Dusa's actually just not good to build Crimson on because you don't get the strength bonus.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't think the Crimson's as strong as you do. I think he's going to go Greaves Pipe. And he probably prioritizes the Greaves Pipe the way the meta is, and that's probably going to be his standard rush build.
Yeah.
Overall, I am leaning Dire on this one. I think their draft is much better, and I think that's going to overcome the MMR and the cohesion difference that Radiant may have.
Yeah, I actually really like the Dire's draft, but Dusa is a dumb hero right now, so we shall see. I like I said, I think Dusa is the single strongest character in the game. By a significant.
I would say it's up there, but by putting on off lane, and unfortunately by putting on Hayawi, you lose a lot of that. And that's not that oh, he's a terrible player or whatever.
No,
it's just,
no,
he's
that's
gonna be
exactly
leaning
what
against a
you're
guy
saying.
that's higher.
I hear you. Oh no,
It's just,
Wizard, you're gonna get caught out.
It's not the easy, reliable P3 off lane. There are some off lanes where it's like, okay, everyone from Crusader to Immortal plays this about the same way. I don't think Deuce's in that pool. I think Deuce's an off laner, requires a little bit more finesse, and it may not come out in this game.
Wizard actually
Interesting invasion.
Wizard actually is able to walk away because Rage didn't skill his stun until really late.
Interesting.
I think if they...
Yeah, you have to have Impale. Like, there's no reason to go for the other 2 spells. But it does make Wizard grief his own build, and he took Glimpse first just to escape. So
I think
that hurts.
Glimpse first is actually fine because it does damage now. The minimum damage is lower now, but
25 damage instead of the what is it? You would have gotten 150. Man, that's missing 125 damage level 1. I don't know if...
Well, what is it? 30...
Maybe if he glimpses someone back so that Monkey King gets his Jingu stacks built up, then I could see that working out real nicely if the Nyx finds himself deep in the lane, but I don't expect him to.
Yeah.
All right, For the Pills has his stun, level 1. But I think he took that just to steal the rune. I don't think he's actually using it to trade. Which is kind of funny because he's now trading with full mana and not using his free stun.
Yeah.
Who do you think is going to win the mid matchup?
I
So far, Brood is up by 1 CS, but still first wave or so. It's not.
If
not
I
real
had
clear.
if I had to guess, I would say Void Spirit. I think Void Spirit is a stronger hero, and both the Immortals are the mid laners. So this is an even.
Yep, I agree. I think Void is going to take a lead in the lane, and Brood is going to try and get some stacks in the jungle. Maybe do something in one of the side camps to try and catch up.
But this Deuce is sitting pretty at the top of the leaderboard right now.
Yeah, he's beating the Muerta by 5 CS already. That's a huge advantage for 1.5 minutes in.
Yeah.
If you're down by 5 CS in the first 90 seconds, it doesn't bode well for you. Medusa's already got a level advantage. I don't think I've seen him really take advantage of the snake on the Muerta, but probably by level 4, if Muerta catches 2 bad snake bounces, he's out of the lane. He has to either salve up or completely leave.
Yeah, especially since Deuce or Morta has such low strength and doesn't have the dumb spell Mana Shield to protect you from that fact.
Right.
One even like one good snake bounce could actually just kill Morta.
Yeah, did you see the ridiculously deep ward that the bounty hunter just threw down on the high ground in top lane? I'm really surprised that, he did that in daylight, walking through the lane. I'm pretty sure, Radiant has to know that. Unless they've never seen anyone place that ward,
he probably
the
did it.
Jakiro has to have a sentry on the way.
Probably did it invisible, to be fair.
Yeah, I guess. I thought he came back and he was visible at the end, so...
Maybe. I don't know why he's positioned so far away from the lane if he got like a courier sniping ward,
Well, he's probably planning on catching Muerta's courier as it comes back here, so he probably saw it go up forward. And Hayawi may be asking for solo XP. He doesn't feel pressured. He's not getting bullied out of the lane. And if Hayawi gets those early levels in the snake bounce...
The ward?
Oh, get the courier. No, he knows. He knows something's up.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like if you aren't flying your, I feel like if you put that ward down, you're trying to get the courier kill before.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But the thing is, there's another lane now. Why doesn't the Muerta know to send his courier up into the camp row and then walk it back that way? You don't have to send the courier back through the lane. You can actually walk the courier another 1,000 units north, and then it's walking through trees and camps and stuff to get home. So you could bypass the lane entirely.
Yeah. Oh, bottom
and
lane?
get into a safe spot.
Rage
And
goes down.
good deal. That glimpse paying off, getting the Monkey King the Jingoose he needed. Bounty almost ticked out on top lane. He got very lucky to walk away invis. I think he just got out of the range of the sentry. He doesn't know where it is, but now he probably has an idea of the extent, so he can kind of dance around.
Getting a pull off.
We were wrong though. Nico is pulling away from the Void Spirit, so he's now up 6 CS. The Void Spirit is falling a little behind with an empty bottle, so very unfortunate that the Bounty Hunter was able to help secure the water rune on the top side of mid, and not getting a rune at all for the Void Spirit is going to hurt. He needs a refill from one of his supports.
Yeah.
Of course, that also means one of your supports has to die for you to get a fountain refresh.
Rage just died, but he also just TP'd back to lane.
Which is extremely unfortunate, because now Void Spirit has another 1.5 minutes to go without a rune. And then again, the Bounty Hunter probably roams. If he roams for the 4-minute rune, he's almost definitely going to come back and roam for the 6-minute one. So good synergy from Radiant.
Deuce is only 1,000 gold away from Phylactery.
Good for him. That's, Hayawi's just trying to prove to us that it works, and maybe it will.
Yeah.
Oh, another glimpse back on the Nyx, and he's probably dead. Yeah.
Another death on Nyx.
I love to see it. The disruptors going 2 points in glimpse early. I hate it when you see the disruptors that max thunder strikes and they get a level 1 glimpse that doesn't have the range. Maxing out the glimpse is absolutely the way to go. And this is the winning strat.
100%, because it also goes up in damage, and it does a sizable amount of damage now. The whole reason why you used to max your Thunderstrike is because it did the most damage. It let you trade really well. But
I think Aegis is actually one of the disruptors that still tries to do the Thunderstrike build. We were playing together in a game probably a week or so ago, and I was like, I don't know about this.
Yeah. So
Looks like Wizard here is showing him how it's done. He's gonna have to
we
take
got
up the replay.
we got another. Nico just hit level 6 on. Baru,
Oh yeah,
so.
he controls the runes with his spider lanes.
Yeah, this.
The Void Spirit is screwed now. He's not going to get any refills. It's looking rough.
Yeah, they get a kill on top on Bounty Hunter, killing the Jakiro. So.
Yep. They traded sentries, so their sentries are now in the opposite positions. So they have dewarded each other's and placed new ones, which I think is kind of funny. Oh, here we go, double stun on the. Nope, he didn't time it right. He went too early, but it may still work. Good body blocks. But
oh, Disruptor
unfortunately,
glimpse.
he didn't wait.
That's gonna be another kill.
Nice. Great rotation.
Good blood grenade though to secure it.
Yep, I still think that's a misplay by the Nyx though, so it's good that Disruptor had to switch lanes and come over and save it, but if the if the Bounty Hunter waited another 6 seconds, he could have double stunned, and then the Medusa would have gotten the kill anyway, because he had excellent body blocks.
Darkseer just goes down to the Monkey King. Maybe this is a better matchup than I thought it was.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be a good matchup at all. Is Darkseer just throwing the Ion Shells on the creeps? Oh, we didn't even go Soul Ring. Wow. So Darkseer is going for the Vanguard build, which doesn't work for Darkseer. That's good on a lot of off-laners, but Darkseer's not one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. He's not going to be able to spam the Ion Shell because he's got no Soul Ring, and the little Sage's Mask he's holding isn't going to do it. You get, what, less than 1 mana regen a minute? And you need 2 minutes worth of Ion Shell, or probably like 2.5 minutes to get every Ion Shell up with the Sage's Mask.
The phylactery is done on Dusa. So,
Wow.
an 8-minute phylactery is kind of crazy.
Yep. Support trades down on bottom, or actually no, it's, well, not the support trade, but the Darkseer kill.
Well,
great rotation by Void Spirit to try and catch up.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what they needed.
Yeah, the Darkseer going down though is really unfortunate. I think the Darkseer was probably my least favorite draft pick from Dire, and it's showing here. The Darkseer, I don't know if the
popping
theory
her
was behind it.
ulti. She has phylactery back. She just needs a little bit, and that's gonna be another kill.
Oh, that's it.
But she's gonna
for
die
them.
here. Morta could.
That's an unfortunate trade. Oh, and the courier for free. Gotta watch those.
Yeah. Alright, but last hit wise, I mean, the Void Spirit did find his way back. So now he's sitting just above the Brood Mother in last hits, and how's net worth going for everybody?
Doing great. He's going for an Echo Saber. Interesting. You think it's going to be a Harpoon build-up?
Oh yeah, so that's the way you play Void Spirit nowadays, is with
Good deal.
Echo Saber. I don't think you go Harpoon on him. It's just you really like the stats on him. The double strike is actually so much damage.
What's the opposite of regicide?
Yeah, I don't mind that. It's just against the Broodmother matchup, I would have expected the Chrysalis or the Deso build.
Yeah.
It just seems interesting to go for it this way.
I think
which is fine.
I think they might be going for the Void Spirit to counter someone else, not necessarily the
It's fair.
Brood.
Oh, they caught the bounty. He couldn't channel through the portal. They had 2 ways to stop him. They stacked their stuns, so it was both a dead shot as well as an ice path.
Well, they didn't kill him.
But he gets away
He
with
walks away.
no help again. Yeah, if they hadn't stacked their stuns, they would have killed him. So they ice path at the same time as dead shotting. So he was feared into the ice path and stuck there. So unfortunate that they didn't coordinate their stunts a little better.
Yeah. Bounty Hunter getting a little cheeky though, smacking the Jakiro.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's just doing that for the money, I think, because every time he does that, he loses out against the liquid fire. So Jakiro gets that free auto attack with the damage amp, and it's not as much as, or it's better than the Janata. So
Oh, Rage
he's trading his health for
going down again. How many deaths does this guy have?
at some point, you just have to let this lane go and just have the Void Spirit throw out the Ion Shell and walk away from it. But they are really doubling down on the Vanguard build on the Darkseer, and it's just bad. I don't know how they expect this to work out any better. You know, at some point, you feed the lane a couple times, you got to change your strategy. Don't keep doing the same thing over and over.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to build that Ion Shell, then you need to go jungle and let the Nyx leech XP.
Yeah, I mean,
Which is unfortunate because they probably had higher hopes for the Nyx early on.
yeah, especially since Nyx is only level 5 at 12 minutes. But I mean, you could say the same about the Bounty Hunter, as he's also only level 5.
Yeah.
But it looks like they wanna get stuff done here in top lane.
Yeah, they dove and they killed the Muerta, and that's worth the loss of the Disruptor if they all get out here.
Oh,
the Bounty Hunter. Right in the face of a double damage mid. He still channels the Watcher.
And he jukes him!
Wow.
What a Chad.
Jakiro tried to leech XP in mid, but you can't do that. the Broodmother's just going to dive you and kill you. He's not scared of that tier 1 tower.
Yeah.
But wow, that's impressive for the Bounty Hunter. Channels it right in front of the double damage mid, and then jukes him around the tree. I have to say, Radiant is outplaying Dire massively. Their draft shouldn't be the favorite here, but skill-wise, they are.
Oh, Bounty
they're
Hunter
showing
is
why they were
100%
predicted to be the
dead.
better team.
Getting a little greedy.
Yeah, going back low like that. I mean, you have, if you're going to get Tranquils and you're going to try and use that as your sustain in lane, you have to have the patience to get out of the lane and let your Tranquils heal you before you go back in. A lot of guys will think, oh, I got Tranks, I'm going to run back in. It's like, no, dude, you're still 25% health. You need to skip a wave, hide in the trees, leech some XP, maybe throw out a spell if you have it.
If you look,
let your
if you
Tranks
look at
build
these,
up.
if you look at these networks, the Broodmother and the Monkey King almost have 7k net worth at 13 minutes. That's kind of crazy. And this,
they are doing great.
yeah, it looks like they might try to rotate on this Medusa though. Never mind.
That would be a good play, but I don't think they're close enough.
No.
So the Nyx isn't invis. He's just going to walk up visually and kind of spook the Dusa. But really, you need to have both Void Spirit and Jakiro closer to you.
Yeah. So, Phylactery coming up to being a little close to being done on the Bounty Hunter, as he is level 5 still, just now hitting 6. So maybe with some track kills he can get there a little bit quicker. What is Nico going? Is he going a Phylactery?
Not sure.
He is!
No way.
Nico's going Phylactery. He's 900 gold away.
After the Orchid too. That's hilarious. I wonder if he's just feeling himself. He's
Wizard's
"This
going
game's in the bag. We
Phylactery!"
stomped him." Yep. This is a dominance play.
Oh, Nico getting caught out here though.
Oh no.
He's so close to
Bad
dying.
shot.
And he falls. The Dusa coming in, cleaning up, getting their first track kill of the
Oh,
game.
they're gonna glimpse one back though.
The
With
Static
an ult, that's a
Storm.
huge catch on the Void Spirit.
And that's gonna be another death. Just another.
Yeah, still doesn't have the mechanism on the Darkseer. No way to save him or help him. I feel like the Darkseer weakness is really showing through here. They don't have a traditional offlaner that's giving them a role that they desperately need. When you pick an offlaner that doesn't do the stereotypical offlaner things, you need someone else in your draft to pick up the pace. And really, Muerta and Void Spirit are not those heroes.
Yeah.
So they're missing a lot, and they've got a very technical team that needs to get clean pickoffs, clean kills, clean initiations, stack your stuns properly, and this team can't do it. And if you can't do that, you need something a little bit more reliable.
I will say this: it is a little scary if this game does go late, though. Even though they do have the Dusa, just the oh no, Rage missing that really vital.
Yeah,
stun.
that's unfortunate. They probably kill the Bounty Hunter with Vision there, but I think at this point they're just happy to take the Disruptor and leave.
Yeah.
Muerta is trying to catch up, but he's really far behind. Not a lot of stacks in the jungle. Going Maelstrom first. Looks like a Hurricane Pike. No Mask of Madness, so not going for the typical meta Muerta item right now.
Yeah. Plus Muerta.
Kind of interesting.
It's gonna lower her speed a little bit, and she's not gonna be able to sustain it as much. But hopefully, the skipping it will let her hit a timing a little bit sooner.
I can't imagine it will.
I don't think it will either,
The
but-
timing you get from Hurricane Pike isn't it? Maybe if he was trying to rush the Mjolnir because he thought the spiders were going to be the problem,
Yeah.
but really that doesn't look right.
Well, Void
I
Spirit
don't see it.
could very well go down here, but Hayawi waiting for the Static Storm as he's gonna fall, but can he get the Bounty Hunter before?
He's pretty tanky. That's funny. He's got to jump.
Oh? Yeah.
The silence ruined him right there.
I'm telling you, man, it's the
If
phylactery.
he
It's
hadn't gone forward,
it's the phylactery.
I think he misplayed it by running forward. He thought he could just jump
Like,
in
look
and
at
do a
that!
little bit more
He
damage
just
and get
took
too greedy.
he just took 450 damage from phylactery because 3 people phylacteried him.
Well, I mean, I guess, yeah. But that's 3 people
Oh
who could
my-
have had another item and done something else with it.
Look at all these phylacteries! Another one!
Yeah. I still don't think this has anything to do with Phylactery. This is just the Dark Seer having a terrible lane and the Radiant team being very mechanically further ahead
no.
and coordinating better.
And he's TPing in? He's a mad lad!
And he gets zipped home. One
They
of the
saved
funnest
him.
parts of playing Dark Seer. Yep, probably he might have really. It feels so good to fountain TP someone, especially when they're coming in for what may be a big fight.
Yeah. Monkey King comfortably farming. He's gonna have a Desolator soon. You know, after he eats Desolator, do you think they just run down lanes, or...?
I think so. I think they're going to try and push their advantage. They're not going to delay too much, and it's going to be a quicker game. So they've been, sort of passive a little bit, other than the last few pickoffs. But when the Disruptor starts grouping up with everyone, they don't have the style that they want. The Nyx wants to pick people off, split them up, pull them away from lanes, have them run back to defend a tower. And when they say, forget it, you can try and base
my
race us
God.
with the fucking Nyx,
Did you-
because we're just going to shove
Did
mid
you
on
see
you.
what item Deuce is going next?
Ags, I don't mind it.
I like it a lot, actually. I think...
Yeah, he probably figures he's going to get one of the 2 the Tormentors, because they're probably going to smoke in, get a pick off, and then take the Dire Tormentor, then run back and take
Oh, they're
Radiance.
they're
Pretty standard
hunting
tactic.
for this Monkey King, but they don't quite catch him. But Disruptor just shows himself. They don't go on him, though.
Yeah, I think they're probably scared. They probably think if the Disruptor is willing to throw his spells out like that, then he has help somewhere, and they don't know how many.
Maybe. But...
Yeah, I'm still expecting a smoke play here, probably in the next 15 seconds if they group up to try and get a pick off and then steal the Tormentor. They have to know that that's a crucial timing. Nas has to be calling for it if no one else is. Otherwise, you risk letting the Dire team catch up a little bit. They could play it safe and just take their own Tormentor, but I don't think they need to. They probably feel that they are much stronger and they know that.
I don't know if people really value the Tormentor as much as you might. Nico getting a solo kill on the Jakiro because he showed his face for half a second too long. Jusa is done with her Ags, and she also is buying Shard next, so...
See, the thing about that Ags is you really want the Shard to go with it. Oh man, he's losing his mana fast.
Oh, but she has it all back. Just TPing.
Yeah, the snake bounced on enough people to give her the mana back to cast the ult. It's unfortunate they were all just stacked on top of her thinking they could nuke her quick enough.
Yeah.
Double damage in the mid river spotted by Radiant. I think they shove on this.
True. This mid tower is just gonna die regardless of if they get this DD.
Oh yeah.
opting to just take it.
Nico's probably thinking about switching lanes at this point, so he's going to take that mid tier 2, and then he's going to pick another side lane to
Yeah, it
shove
looks
down.
like-
Probably
yeah, it
bottom.
looks like he's
Bottom
setting
still
up for
has tier
bottom.
1. Right, and you also want to then put pressure on their bottom tier 2 to, again, kill their Tormentor and steal it from them. It's a little slower, but they're probably just so happy with how fast they're getting kills, they don't even think they need to take time for an objective.
Yeah, although Nico might go
Is he
down here.
caught?
He does.
Oh, man.
Big kill for
They had,
for Dire.
yeah, they had the numbers.
Brilliant's
They had to
back.
bring the whole team for it, though, so it could work out poorly.
Ooh, Disruptor throwing out his ulti. It's a little botched though.
Yeah, no, I mean, he did use the kinetic field previously, so
Yeah.
he needed that for the Broodmother kill. Looks like Dire's going to punish nicely. The Radiant may not have expected all 5 of them to be there. You know, they took out the Broodmother with everyone, and Radiant was a little slower to group up. They had a couple heroes that had to TPN to catch up.
Yeah.
Bottom tower is the target of clearly superior forces.
All right, let's take a quick look and see what items are going on. So we got Ags on Dusa, like we were talking about. We got Bloodthorn finished on the Broodmother.
4 phylacteries on Radiant. They have to report the Monkey King. He is not being a team player.
True. You know, Hayawi is really good at
and Radiant is
gaslighting.
going for their. Oh, it looked like for a second they were running for their Tormentor. But no, they walked away.
Monkey King is, you know, he's having a little bit of a hard time farming fast just because his hero is not the best at like hitting neutral camps. He's just had so much space and got so many kills that he's able to do it relatively okay. But he's about 200 gold away from his Desolator though, which is big.
Yeah, interesting choice there too. So,
Well,
I don't mind it.
they want the minus armor for the towers because as soon as they get minus armor, these towers are going to be melted by Brood.
I like it. I like it.
Ooh, instantly killing all the spiderlings.
Looks like the Nyx is in a bad spot again. Yeah. Big catch on the Nyx, but they can't finish it off. That's going to give Dire a chance to sort of reset, so they don't lose any of the cores.
Yeah, but they had to use a BKB on the Void Spirit, his first one of the game, so could be a little scary.
Yeah, those 9-second ones are a lot more valuable now.
Yeah.
How about Morta? Is Morta going for a BKB yet?
Not yet.
That's interesting. He split his build. He's got the Mithril Armor, but he still has Hurricane Pike queued up first.
Yeah.
I think he is going for BKB. He just didn't remove the other half of Hurricane Pike from his quick buy.
It does look that way, but
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Morta just falls. Not much you can do if you're
Yeah.
just silenced
No.
and stunned the entire time.
Yep. This feels like it's closing pretty quickly for Radiant.
Yeah.
They need to make a couple plays, and I
Oh,
don't
a
see
smoke
it.
on Dire.
Wow.
They're looking. They're hunting.
Overconfidence can be a snub.
Good for them. This is one of those plays that we haven't seen yet, but if they can get a good pick off on the Brood again,
they're-
that may buy him
They're
some more
just
space.
missing the Radiant team entirely, though. Oh,
Yeah, they were probably hoping Brood was still farming in the same place they killed her last time.
they smoke breaks on the Brood.
But who finds who? Radiant is all collapsing backwards on them. Now they're out of position.
Yeah,
So this isn't the way they wanted it done.
not moving as a
Sacrifice.
not moving as a full unit, just opting to.
Yeah.
Gather at Radiant's bottom.
And Brood is now exactly where they wanted her to be. If they had found Brood in that position by herself like this, that smoke would have been perfect.
Yeah. Hayawi toxic pausing.
Maybe. All 3 Radiant cores are at the top of the net worth chart by a really comfortable margin. So 14,000 net worth ahead. Most of that being on the Brood and the Monkey. I think this is pretty rough for the Dire here. They don't have a team that can sort of hold their high ground and survive a siege, and they're going to get outpushed on both sides.
Yeah. See, this is one of those games where I feel like Pavis would be really good on Jakiro. Because it gives you armor, gives you HP, gives you a little bit of mana regen, and it lets you just save a core from getting punched by Monkey King. But
Yeah, he probably had such a a decent lane that he probably thought he could, go get the 4-staff early and then put
I don't mind. I don't
his
mind
money into
the.
another good
I don't
item.
mind the 4-staff. I think that you just don't upgrade your arcane boots and you get your mana from your Pavis, because Pavis gives a good amount of mana.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know if it's quite that good, especially since he can use those later for something else. I feel like that would be a very sort of 5-head play there. Really, with the Pavis, though, you can't get the 4-staff first. If you want that Pavis, it's got to be early in the lane, your first 1,000 gold. Because once
That's
you go
true,
for
that's
4-staff, then you're going back for the cheaper item. It's like the Brood going for the Phylactery after Bloodthorn or.
I mean, it's working for the Brood,
item.
so.
Yeah, but I feel like that was just them clowning around. He didn't have the Phylactery going early on, and that's just them having fun.
I think the Dire are struggling because they don't have a Pavis or
see, this
they
is
don't have a
Phylacteries versus
Phylactery.
none. Yeah, look at those noobs. See, Radiant doesn't even need a 4-staff. Not a single 4-staff on their team, and Dire has 2 4-staffs. This is just the wrong item. It's out of date. They have a mechanism. Fucking last patch. Who goes Greaves anymore?
Brew.
They don't
like this.
Radiant. They don't need Greaves. They don't need Pipe. They don't need Crimson Guard. They're just doing all the fun stuff, and Dire's doing all the boring old 7.33A kind of items.
Exactly. I can't wait to see the ban's next game. I think it's gonna be first ban Dusa 100%. And that means
I could see that if they're not first pick.
Yeah, and that means that there's gonna be some Nico hero that gets through, or Alchemist, or something like that.
Yeah, I really thought that they had a good advantage in this draft, but the Darkseer was just so bad that it ruined what early game momentum they could have had.
I thought that Broodmother was gonna have a way harder time in lane.
I didn't think the lane was going to be that hard. I expect the Broodmother to fall off mid-late game.
No, I didn't think it was
going
to be a hard lane. I just didn't think she would win the lane. I thought it was going to be like even. But Brood handedly won that lane. So.
Yeah, I feel like the Void Spirit was probably just a comfort pick. The Void Spirit doesn't really give you anything here. There's no excellent catch to synergize with the Void Spirit's mobility.
I mean,
you're
there
playing very
is.
statically.
There is. It's your Nyx, but your Nyx had such an awful game that, you're kind of sanctioned to being your only catch. So.
Yeah, I guess. I think the Void Spirit probably could have been picked much earlier in the draft, and
I
it
agree.
had sort of the same strategic value. They didn't gotcha with their 24 pick the way they should have. So Nico got them with 23 picking Brood, and they had the opportunity to come back. I think Kunkka was banned at the end, which would have been the best counter. And so like the secondary counters, you go for like Crit Shaker or something fun like that.
Crit Shaker?
You're gambling on those things. Yeah, but you're gambling on those things. Like, can your guy play, crit, right click, shaker? Like maybe he can't. And if he can't, then it's like, okay, there's so few other things to
what
whip
about
out.
mid Sven? Come on.
Yeah, mid Sven would have kind of been the same way. I feel like mid Sven's harder to make work than Crit Shaker. I would have loved to see the Crit Shaker. You stun the monkey in the trees. You catch the Dusa before she's popping the ult, and you let everyone disengage from long range. There's other value there. Sven is just okay. You got another guy going in, and really, it's not good because Sven goes in, he doesn't come out. Void Spirit goes in, and he can get himself out.
Oh
so,
no, I know.
You're committing
it's just
the
Sven's
team.
fun.
It is, yeah.
Man, I wonder. Do you think Sven's good this patch? With so many
I don't think so.
I mean, there's so many camps on the map that you just kind of are able to farm, but he still has like the worst mobility in the game.
Yeah, and I think his Ags and Ag Shard are a little underwhelming. So the Shard is the supporty one where it's like, okay, all the P5 Svens that people are playing to have fun, you get your Shard, and all your allies get armor from Warcry. That's cute. The Stormhammer that you fly along with it, really that should be free. I don't think that's anywhere near worth 4,000 gold.
The reason why it was worth 4,000 gold initially is because it let you attack with your Q. Like, you got an auto attack out, and it was True Strike. So, But then whenever that was super busted, because I didn't play Dota when Sven was super busted, but back in 20
The Superman patch,
Yeah.
I remember.
yeah, so apparently it was so busted that they just had to entirely remove it, and now it's just kind of bad. So
It's terrible, really.
Yeah,
It's so
it's-
much worse than the Superman
yeah,
spend.
it's just gap close now, which I mean, fair enough, but
Isn't worth 4,200.
Yeah.
You know, that's a shard to me. Like 1,400 gold to be able to fly along with your stun. That's a reasonable shard.
What do you think his axe should be
has
then?
about the same value as. Oof.
ooh,
You know, it would have to be some sort of
God strength.
like you can.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
it looks like Void Spirit's able to get out of here. Has to pop
Yeah,
BKB.
but another BKB. That's his 8
Oh,
second
no,
one.
he's gonna get
Oh, and he's
caught.
not even jumping to get away from Nico.
He got caught.
Yep, that's a long silence, but his team backs him
Yeah.
up
Oh,
with a glimpse.
the glimpse. He's gonna go down
No.
anyway.
Yeah, the Void Spirit just doesn't feel impactful here.
Yeah.
If I was going to make a new Ags for Sven, it would be something where he like flies out with the stun and flies back if he wants to, or he would have to
Like
be able to
like
stun from a
the
different direction.
Faceless Void Axe or Shard.
Kind of, yeah. Where you time walk backtrack.
See, I think it would be really cool to give God Strength
Destroyed.
an Axe. I don't know what.
Nice. Yep, God Strength wouldn't be bad. Maybe God Strength their whole team or something.
Oh
That's a little
no,
basic.
that would be horrifying. Just imagine a PA God Strength, because it
Right.
ups your.
They steal the Tormentor. It's a lot later than I expected them to, but they finally do it.
Yeah, I mean, you
And
basically
they never
called.
went back for their own
You
Tormentor.
basically called it Jag. Let's be real. You know.
Yeah, they should have gone for it so much earlier. They're actually marking Roche now on the map, so another objective. They probably go for their Tormentor and then straight into the Roche.
I don't
They
even
know
think
that
they're gonna go there,
closest map.
Tormentor. I think they just go straight Roche.
Well, Hayawi is pinging
He
it,
is.
and he TP'd over there, so I think he, as the captain, is trying to get them to do it, and the rest of the team
Yeah,
is still in the
But I
river.
don't think anyone cares about what Hayawi says.
Yeah, Nas is running towards the pit up top, but I think even with Brood, they could do it.
Oh no, they're making their way over.
Slowly. Yeah, especially you see the Dire team in their triangle getting ready to do something. I
They
think they
just
saw
smoked
that
up.
smoke though, so they know that they just smoked into them.
Yeah,
And
but
it's funny, they're starting the Tormentor anyway. They said, screw it, we're so fast.
Monkey King gets the shard.
Look at that. Nas gets it. Wow. Is that just because
No,
no one else had bought it?
Bounty Hunter still doesn't have it.
Oh, Hayawi bought his own.
Yeah, Hayawi
So,
bought
okay.
his own. Bounty Hunter could have gotten it, and Brood. Yeah, I feel.
Brood is higher network.
Yeah, I feel like you would want it on your Bounty Hunter compared to the
Yeah,
Monkey King.
definitely.
They're just.
But the deuce of buying her own makes sense. You know, if you're going to buy out for the Ags early, you get that shard and you close out. Like that, the shard plus the Ags is the combo. Having one or the other really feels underwhelming. But when Medusa has both, you're so much tankier.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they try and shove in and call it a day here. This is probably going to lead to a high ground push and then probably the game deciding fight.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be a little careful though, because Morta can just shred your entire base.
If they base race, maybe. She's only got Maelstrom and a Dragon Lance. Like her
It
damage doesn't feel
even
good
really
right now.
matter. Just the fact that you have a double damage on towers is kind of crazy.
Yeah, I don't
She
know.
doesn't have enough-
I think the Brood will still
Yeah,
outrun
she
her.
doesn't have enough attack speed for it to be truly scary, but
All right. Oh, the Defiant Shell on Broodmother. Someone that actually wants to use Defiant Shell. I like it.
what do you think of this item?
I think it's a little underwhelming. Like against an axe or on an axe or a legion, you know, it makes good sense. On the Brood, I don't think he really needed it, but okay.
Yeah.
You know, most people aren't man fighting the Brood. As soon as the Brood goes on them, they turn around, they start to run away. So he's basically just getting the attribute boost from it, which is okay too. That may have just been the best stats numbers he could have gotten.
Yeah.
Oh, Monkey King gets caught. A little too far out.
He's gonna die here.
They take the Aegis. Look at that for almost free. I mean, maybe Nico dives in here, but That feels
Oh,
bad for
but
them.
it sets up for a good fight for the Radiant. They are able to get a kill on the Disruptor,
They
though.
should just back out, though. Like, you dodge the Wukongs here, and maybe you lose the tower.
No, they don't even.
Radiant's tactics
They're just.
Wow.
I think they should keep chasing for some more. The
I don't know if they're that strong, but they're going to.
big
Good combos on the Dusa. Yeah.
yeah, all the big scary spells are out. Morta.
Yep. Did he already use wall? I feel like there's
Yeah, he
no
did.
illusions
He did
anymore.
use
So
wall
they
already.
cleared those. Yeah, not feeling
Oh
good.
no,
They didn't kill the Dusa.
Morta is getting caught out here though.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. They overextended. They couldn't catch the Dusa. Really, you leave the Dusa for last. Why are you trying to kill the Dusa offlaner first? You guys need to change your target priority. You know, pop the Broodmother that only has 2,800 health instead of the Medusa that probably has what, an equivalent like 5,000
Yeah.
EHP or something ridiculous.
The totally balanced, fair amount of damage, you know.
invincible.
Yeah. What is the mana shield block? It's
Four.
like 99%,
It's four.
right?
It's 98.
94.
It's 98 per.
98%.
Yeah, it's 98%.
Yeah, so only 2% of your damage gets through. Like that's a ridiculous number. Like if you told someone you were making an arcade custom game where one hero gets 98% damage block, you'd be like, bro, what are you doing? Like, is that pay to win? Like, do you have to give them $20 for that hero? Like, what
You
is
know
that?
what I would actually love to see, and it's totally a meme, and it's like really far out, but I think Dire kind of needs it. I'd love to see a diffusal blade on Morta.
I don't hate it. I don't, especially since there's the upgrade to the diffusal where he can dispel himself. That might get the Morta out of trouble
With all
when
their
his BKB runs out.
silences,
Yeah, I actually really like that. I don't hate
It
that
is-
at all. What is he going for next?
He's going
Hurricane
Hurricane
Pike
Pike
still?
into, it looks like a crit stick.
Silver's Edge, I don't like that at all. That you do not need the Silver's
No.
Edge here. You are not going to be sneaking up on anyone. You don't have a crucial break. You are holding, and you need to be a sniper replacement. That is not a Silver Edge type of a game.
Yeah. And I think Diffusal Blade also just helps you deal with some of these phylacteries because they won't be able to spam their spells as much. Which isn't as big of
Yeah.
a deal, but like... It's also relatively cheap damage, which I think is what Morta really needs. More than anything.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that Dire's holding out this well. They haven't split push a second lane, and realistically, why not send the Brood bottom and then have Brood just solo pushing with the spider lanes?
I don't know if I
Oh.
entirely agree with that Static Storm, but... Oh, that's what I'm talking...
Wow.
That's...
If they don't catch one of these guys, that is a really good run out to kill the Disruptor. Okay, so they do get the Nyx
Yeah,
in
but
exchange.
an instant buyback as they're looking to...
I like it though. This is
Yeah.
your time. If you can't make it work now, you're not going to make it work. Get that Brood Mother while she's low HP, and this is your time.
Brood almost going down. She does, but
Yep.
are they able to
and
catch?
force staffing people away. Who says force staffs are worse than phylacteries? Turns out traditional items still work. What now? I think this is a win for proper played itemization.
Yeah.
I know it's funnier if the phylacteries win here, but I love seeing those double force staffs save the day.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty big swing for the Dire. That's a 4,000 gold swing in total. A lot
Yeah,
of it going to
fantastic
Morta,
hold.
which is a big deal. Because she...
Yep, she's actually broken top 3 net worth. It's not a radiant top 3 finish
Yeah.
now.
I still don't like the Silver's Edge, gonna be completely honest. She's changing her Q, though. Going...
Oh,
Monkey
goes back
King.
for the Mjolnir. I like that.
She already bought a Mjolnir. Oh, she's going Moon Shard into Monkey King Bar. Ah.
Interesting.
Does someone have a butterfly I'm not aware of?
It's not on Brood, no evasion on Medusa, and no evasion on any of the cores for Radiant. Maybe he sees them buying something that he suspects, but I'm not sure about that.
Maybe. So it might just be that he's buying Monkey King Bar because he wants to proc a bunch with the amount of protection
Okay.
he has, which I don't like. But I mean, hey, you do you, boo. Oh, the smoke is blocked by this Nyx, who is going to
Yeah,
die.
but he tries to solo kill a disruptor in the middle of all of his friends. That's a little greedy.
I feel like Rage doesn't play Nyx because he's constantly missing his out of
Yeah, the impales. I could see that. Oh, big stun on the Void Spirit. He tried to TP out in the middle of the lane. Never do that. Walk an extra 5 feet, get behind a tree, then start your TP. There was no reason to TP in full vision right there in the lane. That was unfortunate.
Yeah, but he gets out.
Unfortunate's not the right word.
Okay, maybe he's not. All the
We'll
way
see.
out.
He's getting run down. Yep. Bounty Hunter tanks the stun. Yeah, no, he doesn't get it. What?
Yeah,
Look at the timing on that.
they're
Maybe he
TPing
does, but-
so much for this.
Okay, finally. It took a while.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah, but it's still worth it. I mean, killing their
I feel
mid, that
I
doesn't
feel
give
like
them
on
enough
Dire
space.
you should have smoked up and rotated onto this bird while all that was going on, but
100%. That was the time for you guys to go 4v1 against another, or 3v1 against another target.
yeah, I get
And then they've done it before. You know, the Brood is in the jungle all by herself. She's been a free kill probably twice now,
I think the problem with Dire though is they have a little bit of a catch issue if they don't have Nyx or Void. So
Definitely.
Roche is possible to spawn in 20 seconds, so we'll see what the timer's looking like. Morta is farming pretty well here, you know, getting her items.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still uncertain about this Monkey King bar decision, and I don't know if it's gonna come before or
Yeah.
after the 4-staff.
Did you see Rage just pop his so Rage just threw his spiked carapace on nothing. He watched the Monkey King farm a creep wave. I guess he thought that there was cleave on the Monkey King and that was going to proc on him, but Monkey King doesn't have a battle fury. So he popped spiked carapace thinking he was going to stun the Monkey King. Nothing happens. Monkey King doesn't even realize it because Nyx is still invisible, finishes the wave and walks away, and then Nyx throws an impale and misses it. So yeah, I agree 100%. Seeing that sequence of events, there's no way he's a big Nyx player. Even though he's got that silver medal on it for Dota Plus,
They're grouped
that
up.
just feels so
They're
weird.
grouped up for a smoke when Rage doesn't have Vendetta up. I don't like this play. But they...
I don't mind that. Vendetta's not the fight winning spell, so you don't have it. That's
I don't
okay.
think it's the
They have
fight
enough.
winning spell, but it lets you just scout so efficiently. Because if, let's say they had vision there, right? Then you 100% just lose out on the kill because... Don't they say
No, because they smoked in and they all ran through so fast together, there's no need to have a forward guy scouting. They were immediately moving out together, probably within about 500 units. You have enough jump and catch that you can have everyone just run together. So I think Vendetta is not crucial. If you want to use Vendetta that way, you got to push the Nyx out like 1,500 units in front of the main pack. And then he's like a scouting element. The other 4 are like half a screen away.
Yeah.
Then it makes sense for him to
They're
pop the
looking-
others first.
they're looking
If
for
you're all
more on
smoked and you're going
Dire.
to take a fight in front of your face, you just go for it.
Interesting.
Oh, Void Spirit doesn't know to move the courier, so he put it to the default location and he just sent it to the secret shop. It's visible on low ground. If you put it a little bit higher up on the top of the cliff there, the other team won't be able to see it.
Yeah.
You can still buy from the shop, but it's hidden in the trees above the secret shop. So Void not micromanaging his courier costs him 3 minutes worth. of
Dire's
weapon respawn.
looking for a kill on this Tormentor, but they might just die to it.
Yeah. No,
Not quite.
that's the right play. No, that's the right play. You steal the Tormentors every time. But now they've remembered what the pro meta is. Nas probably reminded them and said, hey, guys, this is how it works. We kill one of their guys, and then we go steal their Tormentor. Or at least bully him out
of Tormentor,
the side we want to be
the
on.
Radiant
And,
is gearing up.
and
for
Dire's
this.
like, nope, you guys are going to forget.
Yeah. Well, I guess they are just skipping their Tormentor and just running top for this Roshan, which is spawned.
Right.
We do have a cheese Roshan.
I'm
in
really
play.
surprised.
40.
Yeah, and that must be why they're not listening to or they're not going for their own Tormentor play. Because as soon as you see someone on the other team gets their Ag Shard, it's a reminder that, oh, we've forgotten about
Alright,
this huge critical objective.
Here's
But
the real
if
question.
someone has
Do you
been
think they'll
watching
be
the
able
roast
to
timer,
kill it in the next 30 seconds? It looks like it's falling fast enough. Dire is making a
Oh yeah,
rotation at
they
it.
won't catch
Ooh,
up at all.
they get him on the scan.
They're so far behind. Yeah, but they're so far, it doesn't matter. They're going to pick up the Aegis, and if they don't immediately run here, they're going to get caught in a bad fight. Maybe they still want to take it. They might be desperate. Look at that. He pops
no!
the Spike Carapace really early.
That's a huge vacuum.
Yeah. All the ults coming out, stacked on top of each other.
Yeah.
Radiant's already down 2. This is probably as good as it gets for a dire start.
Dusa is falling low. She's gonna die here.
Yep, wow.
Oh, she might be able to get out.
Nas is trying to hold it down.
Dusa's still
I
able to
understand
stay
those
alive.
buybacks.
Void Spirit is determined to kill her as he chases her down, but the rest of the team is falling.
Yep, Bounty Hunter buys back,
Oh,
comes in. Dire just doesn't want to do it.
Radiant.
Maybe they don't have the money.
Dusa eats the cheese. She's gonna be able to live.
Nice.
They just out-sustained the Dire in this fight, and they're gonna... Oh,
Oh, what an optimistic TP
yeah.
there.
Unfortunate. It looked really good from Dire for a second, but they just
Yeah,
didn't...
they started about as perfectly as they could have. You kill the first 2 people, you're 5v3, but the person you didn't kill was that Monkey King that's around cleaning everyone up.
Yeah, I think it also hurts the fact that they weren't able to get the Dusa kill. That way, Void Spirit could assist with the Monkey King. But yeah, I think that
Yeah,
basically.
going for the Dusa is really hurting them. It's like going for a bristleback in this case.
Yeah, I think that's gonna hurt their possibilities of winning this game pretty drastically. They are gonna have another 5v5 fight.
Structures are made invincible.
Yeah, well, they didn't really have much possibility. They were so far behind, and the net worth is further and further Radiant this entire game. Like, it was 14, then 18, then 20, even 26 now. Like, it's been getting worse and worse for them this whole time. They've had a couple good holds, but Radiant has to throw extremely hard.
Not quite enough to hold them
not
down.
the throw they needed.
Yeah, I feel.
Yep, you get a couple buybacks, which is
I
fantastic.
feel like they're having a really hard time just locking people down with the very little amount of catch that they have on.
Yeah,
Dire.
and they're going for this fight here. They committed 2 buybacks. This is as good as it gets for the rest
They
of the
killed-
game. If they don't win this fight, they know that
I mean,
it
they
gets
killed
worse.
Monkey King the first
So
time.
you might as well take your chances here. That's not bad.
Yeah. Morta's ulti in
They're
2
leaving
seconds.
the Muerta behind, though.
Morta can still turn this.
Yeah, but they're forcing her back.
Oh.
I guess they just really don't like the 4v5 bit.
Oh no! That's gonna be a death
Yeah.
on Void Spirit.
A dieback, right?
Was it?
It's a dieback on the Void Spirit and probably the end of the game, yeah. So the Void Spirit jumped way further away from the team. The whole team was force staffing Muerta to get her out. That's not the time that you want to dive into the deep backline 2,000 units away as the Void Spirit. You're basically assuring that you're going to be fighting them 1v3 and your teammate's going to be too far away to help you, especially after they just use their only defensive items to save them.
Morta is able to get out, almost dies to the Bloodthorn pop.
Yeah, it's too little too late.
They really need a big Morta ulti here.
Yeah, it's over. They're just putting up a good fight at the end for good measure.
Yeah.
But they could probably GG out at any time now. This is pretty clear.
Morta goes down. Flies back. I don't think there's any way you can force him into the fountain. Or even get a kill on him. Oh, the first hit bash hurts. Yeah.
Yeah, at this point, you need to just start thinking about the next game. The more you drag this out, you're just sort of
Ruining your mental.
letting everyone sort of wallow in the tilt of the loss.
Yeah. And letting the Radiant feel high off their phylactery.
Yeah, maybe that's part of the strat, is let them get real confident so that next game they think they can clown around even more and do the phylactery bit right off the bat. Because they didn't start with that. They played normal, and then after they started crushing every lane, they're like, okay, let's all build phylacteries for fun.
Yeah. Oh no, Ags is done on the disruptor, so there's no possibility of even dodging with.
No.
Oh.
GG's. Yeah, I didn't like the Void Spirit at the end. I still thought their draft was better, but turns out the team that was more coordinated ran away with it pretty badly. So even counter picking the Dusa with the Nyx, it's not enough, especially if you don't have a Nyx player.
Yeah.
And this is one of those issues with sort of these leagues is even if there's a perfect pick right in front of your face, sometimes you don't even want to take it.
Yeah, I think a big thing was they kind of got baited into picking the Darkseer and just gave Monkey King a free lane.
I guess. See, I don't even know where the Darkseer comes up. Like you said it was good, but it doesn't
really
feel good.
It's
I
really
don't know
good
where
against
the good matchup.
It's
comes
really
in.
good against Dusa in particular. But
I guess. I think the Darkseer was the worst pick by far. I don't think the Void Spirit was nearly as bad, and the Darkseer didn't play the lane the way I expected him to. So
yeah,
there's two
Lobby's
ways
up,
to
by
go
the way.
about
I
it. You
don't
buy
know.
either the Basilius.
There will be a VOD.
Huh?
I assume
Yeah.
so.
Will there be a VOD?
Yeah,
too?
there will.
Okay, just wanted to let my.
You wanted to let what?
Yeah, congrats on the first win.
But yeah, let's see what game 2 holds.
Yep.
Oh shit.
And there's two ways to go about it. You go Basilius, or you go Soul Ring. He went the wrong way. You got the Sage's Mask into the Basilius after Vanguard, which is backwards because by the time you finish your Vanguard, you've lost the lane if you haven't been throwing out the Ion Shell. So you're supposed to go Basilius first, or the Soul Ring first, and then
Jag,
go back to the
Lobby's
Vanguard.
up.
But once he can't, okay. But once he doesn't do that, I feel like your lane is griefingly ruined, unfortunately.
Yeah. So what did he say? I didn't hear anything he said.
Oh, he asked if there's going to be a VOD video on
Yeah,
demand,
yeah,
like, are
yeah.
you recording and posting one later. And then I said, congrats on winning the first one. He says, yep, thanks. We'll see what the next one holds. And then
Yeah. Well, he said
it does.
someone.
Looks
He
like it's gonna
said
be a short
he said
break.
someone. It sounded like he said someone wanted to see it. So
oh yeah, I wouldn't
I
be
don't know
surprised.
who wanted it. Like it. To me, it kind of sounded like there's a little bit of a disagreement on how that game went.
Maybe he's gonna be like, no, go back, watch the timestamp. But of course, if it was one of the guys in the game, they all have access to the own replay. Even on a private game like this that's ticketed and in-house, the players will all have access to the replay. So it's got to be someone outside the 10 guys here.
Maybe it's his dad.
Yeah.
I don't know. Bob.
Yeah, I could believe that, especially if he's not watching it live and he's like, hey, record it for me so I can see it later. And then Nas will be like, well, I'm not going to because someone else is recording it. Otherwise, he'd probably start saving it on his end. All right, so let's see. It was Kiyotaki's pick. They pick Radiant. They don't even go for first or second.
Ooh.
Little.
Well, no. What it probably was. Oh wait, no. You're right. I didn't even see that.
They picked Radiant deliberately. I think that's terrible. So they give away second pick to Hayawi, and that's a huge advantage. But maybe they don't even worry about
Show
that
me your
because they wasted their
balls.
second pick advantage last time. Yeah, they had second pick, and Nico crushed them by
Honestly,
letting them
I
have
think
an opportunity to
I
counterpick
think
them.
there's so many good heroes in Dota right now. I think there's actually benefit to going first pick now.
Radiant team.
Maybe.
Because
There are some patches for that and some heroes for it, but they didn't even take advantage of the heroes for it. So-
no. Radiant or Dire, yeah, Radiant definitely did. They picked Dusa at 5. Like, yeah, and
I still think it was greedy, unless they thought there was a chance they'd lose it in 6-7, which is understandable, but I don't think they would have.
I think they would have. Personally.
Dusa
But
ban.
that's
So they even have. See, this is different because they even have first pick now, and they're not going to go for it. So they ban out the Dusa, even though they could pick it at.
yeah, that's
5.
fair.
So this shows that they weren't going to steal it the first time.
So we are better is not as good as Show Me Your Balls apparently for game 1 at least.
Okay.
But
Apparently, they are incorrect
Yeah.
in that they are better. And apparently,
we didn't even do this.
they
We
got
didn't
shown.
even do this. LVP MVP.
Ooh, LVP by far, Darkseer.
Darkseer.
Um,
I think
Darkseer.
I think I would have
was
to. I think I would have to put on a little scarab buddy. Nyx assassin. I think Nyx missed like 90% of his stun combos, and yeah, I think it really made their game hard.
You know what? That's fair. You know, now that I think about it, I was just for a moment I just hated the Darkseer so much, and I locked that into my head. But yeah, even though the Darkseer pick was terrible, he still tried to do his things. He got the Greaves, he got the
and he had some.
Guard.
He had
The
some
Nyx
good, really.
did whiff super
He had
hard.
some really good walls too. Like,
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair. I agree. I retract my answer. I think yours was
All
better.
right.
I agree. Nyx was
MVP.
LVP.
Oh,
Oof.
there's a lot of good plays.
You know, I am tempted to give it to Dusa over Brood. I feel like Nico got caught out in the jungle several times, and Nico died more than I expected Nico to die on a cheese hero. Dusa did his job perfectly. Even though he did the cheesy phylactery thing, Dusa tanked real hard. He got the Ags and the Ag shard. Everyone committed to the Dusa, and he single-handedly secured the fights by forcing them to
I
dive.
agree. I think Dusa was the MVP too.
Good
Although I will say that I think the fact Nos had like 6 kills by the time lane was over was also a very
Yeah.
impactful thing. That kind of let
It
them get
was.
away with the greed.
Yeah, but I could see those early 6 kills not being enough if their offlaner sucked the way the Kiyotaki's offlaner sucked.
Yeah.
But like if they flipped and the Darkseer was on their side, Deuce was on the other side, that would have been so much harder.
Yeah. All right.
Maybe even game
the
deciding.
Sky Legion
Sky
combo.
Legion, classic. It's a classic.
Yeah. Well, you know what I see? I see a phylactery. All right. Skywrath made one of the best phylactery.
Phylactery. Yeah. Now, does Hayawi do it on the Legion just because? And gets a once every minute phylactery
That's
duel?
a good. You know, that's new meta, Jag, because it also gives you mana regen and stats. You know,
Right?
everything Legion Commander wants.
Yeah, so if he goes phylactery on Legion, we'll know he's clowning around because it's terrible. One
Look,
spell, especially the ultimate, being the only thing that procs it, terrible.
what about
Alchemist Doom, though? Super meta plays from Kiyotaki. They said, you know what? We watched the major. We know what the good heroes are. Let's try those.
I can't wait to see the Doom phylactery. That's my prediction.
Would it proc if you manually cast Infernal Blade?
No, it would proc on Devour though.
Oh, that's terrible. So as the creep disappears, you damage it. Yeah, so good.
You slow it on its way to hell. Come on.
Right. Okay. Which means it gets to stay in purgatory longer. Like that's good for the creep.
Yeah.
He gets his 3 days in heaven before the devil knows he's dead.
Exactly.
The Nico ban still coming out. Techie's Tinker. A respect ban on the
I
Disruptor.
think
They don't know
I think
how
the
to-
Disruptor caught people out so much in that game, and it mattered a lot. Especially
I agree.
especially since they had literally no catch whatsoever on the Dire.
Yeah, they were relying more on positioning on the Dire side or on the Kiyotaki team, and it didn't work. You confused me for a second on the Dire. I was like, wait, Dire? Show me your ball. No,
Yeah.
okay. But yeah, they flip sides now, and the previous Dire team, did not have the right catch. But picking your 2 big cores like this early on, there's an opportunity here for Hayawi's team to draft around it. I understand that the Skywrath Legion combo is just sort of good anyway, but they could either try and counter the Alchemist with like an AA classic, massive counter that for some reason wasn't banned by the Alchemist team. And if they're going carry Alch, I expect this to be an AA right here. Nope, it's a different ice hero. Okay, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I mean,
Why
I think
would you not take
I think
the
the
AA?
problem.
I guess the AA5 is.
I think the problem with AA is, especially when you're playing Doom, you can just get on top of AA and kill him before he even hits 6. Like, as Doom, you
But isn't that the same thing with Crystal Maiden? Doesn't she have that
look.
same issue?
We're not talking about Crystal Maiden right now. We're talking about the problem with AA.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, I'm expecting a save here from Kiyotaka. So they've got a Legion and a Sky. You know you're going to lose people to the duel. Save them.
Yeah, let's just
Dazzle. Brave here.
let's just pick all our cores. Let's go. Oh, I was gonna say OD, but
I mean, that's a save if you think you're going to blink Ags gobble up the duel target. So
that's
or
fun.
maybe they're going to win the duel by
Mortimer
kissing over it. But I don't think you do. I think the Legion still kills whoever the duel target is, unless you dueled like the Alk that's 6 slotted.
I know it's
Realistically,
a little ambitious because there's so many not good 5s. Sorry, champ, but it just is. Oracle would be so good.
He doesn't play those save heroes. So we talked about this. Champ is not a P5 player in the sense of normal, competitive, league level P5s.
Hey!
They deny pick the AA.
I don't like the AA pick at all.
Were they blocking Nico mid AA? Is that their thought process here? Yeah. You now have no saves for the duel. You're trying to kill Legion after the duel ends by ice-balling kisses, but by that time, Legion has already dueled your mid and won, so it's
I mean,
a lost
we're
trade.
assuming that this isn't just free damage for the Legion commander, because anytime AA shows on the map, he's gonna get dueled, and there's no way that the Radiant's gonna be able to stop it either.
Right, you just try and maybe cookie. If you cookie the dual target, is the range short enough that she stuns the backside of Legion as they hop over her? Is that a thing? Okay, so then there's 1 or 2 saves possibly from the Snapfire. You could probably potion stun with the Alchemist, but really I don't love this. This is clunky. I mean, I would prefer to see a super meta Slark P4 over the Snapfire 4. Like you just Shroud, Shard.
I mean, it could be a Snapfire mid.
You know, I could see that. I could definitely see that because I don't understand the synergy with the Snapfire now. You don't have the Faceless Void Chrono to lock people down to get easy kisses. The Doom, the Alchemist aren't going to stun someone in one place.
I think another thing is Kiyotaka's team just doesn't like playing stuns because they have an unreliable stun in Cookie. They have they have Infernal Blade, but their only reliable stun is Potion, and you can dodge Concoction.
Yeah, that's not reliable. Yeah.
So
Blink disjoints that, right?
It does, but
you're not really.
It does, but typically on Alchemist, you want to go Blink relatively early. That way, you can Blink stun people.
That's fair. I've seen both that and the Shadow Blade bit where you charge up your potion before you go into your invis and then smack someone to get the Shadow Blade benefit and then stun them from point blank range where they can't. The problem travel time is so slow.
The problem with Shadow Blade is A, vision, and B, you just rather have the Blink Dagger for getting around the map. Because if you have Shadow Blade, your Radiance Burn's gonna give you away, even if you don't.
That's fair. I mean, but if you're smart enough to pre-cast the potion, you should also be turning off the Radiance there. If you can spare the split second to tap one more hotkey.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I feel like Blink Dagger is just a generically better item though.
That's fair, especially into what you're seeing on the map here. I could see them wanting to disjoint like both the what is it, the Atos that the Sky is almost definitely going to want to get if he's playing an offensive Sky. And I've seen a lot of support Skies that are at a high level that do other things. And in fact, the panel was talking about, I think yesterday at Berlin, one of the high level teams was doing a Sky support, and he didn't go Atos, he didn't go any of the shit you see in pub Sky games. He went like Glimmer Cape Force Staff, and everyone's like, this is fantastic. And of course, they won the game handedly, and they were talking and gushing on how the Sky actually played support, and he did
Glimmer
great.
Cape, Force Staff, Pavis, stuff like that. I know. Sky Pavis is actually so crazy because the problem with Sky a lot of times is you have like no armor. You are super easy to just burst down with physical, so you just give yourself a shield, and you're able to live for so long.
Yeah. So the Wind Ranger pick here is interesting. I don't mind it at all into the Ursa, and I think it gives them a few more options for some mobility and catches, but it's not enough. Nikos Shadow Fiend, yeah, I think this is a massive outdraft for Dire. And
I would
the
agree.
last time Radiant had a draft advantage and they still lost based on coordination and mechanics. This time, everything is going in favor of Radiant or Dire, and I think Hayawi's going to stomp this game. This is going to be a massacre.
Yeah. Okay, give us percentages. What is the percentage?
Oof. Early game, I'm going to say it's probably starting at like a 35-65, and then mid-late game, it's going to drop to like 15-85. It's really bad. Let's see what Strats actually says.
Yeah, I think the only problem I have with Dire is it is a intensely momentum based lineup. Because if they don't catch early duels, or they don't have, or Ursa has like a bad lane, or anything bad happens to Shadow Fiend, because on Shadow Fiend, if you die like 2 or 3 times, your game's basically over. It's really hard to come back on Shadow Fiend because Shadow Fiend farms so fast that you have to play Shadow Fiend from ahead. It's very similar to how you play Alchemist. So I think whichever team is able to shut down the mid and safe lane is going to be the one that wins.
Yeah, that's fair. So Strats actually thinks it's they agree with me that it twists more towards Dire later, but they actually think Radiant is they actually think that there's going to be a flip in the advantage. So early on, it's going to be 41%, which would be what, equivalent 59, so much closer early on.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. I didn't realize the mid game or the early mid game was going to be anywhere near that close.
Yeah, I like the lineups for I like the lanes for Radiant a lot, because Alchemist plus AA, you're just going to be able to instantly burst whoever's in your lane. The Skywrath's not going to exist.
I guess.
But...
So you're going to have to time it to where the Legion can't dispel the stun. So you charge up the potion, and then you get the cold feet, and you need to use the potion to secure that. Oh, early freebie.
Yeah.
The Alchemist ran to his tier 1 tower to sit AFK and read his Reddit posts while the first minute of the game goes by, like a good pub player. And AA's in the jungle doing pre-minute 0 Dota things and dies.
Yeah.
Absolutely no reason for the carry player to sit behind the tier 1 tower at the beginning of the game. Like, completely worthless. If you're going to do nothing at the beginning of the game, that's fine. Posture with your team. Stand on the top of the stairs, provide vision. Block your creeps if you want to. But
I think
just sitting here below the tier 1 tower,
I think
worthless.
him sitting behind the tower is fine, as long as he's like making it known to his teammate, because there's no reason AA should have been there if Alex not going to be there.
But why would he do nothing and let his team know, hey, I'm going to be worthless so that the rest of you guys can play 4v5 in the beginning of the game? Because the game starts at -1. It doesn't start at 0.
Yeah, but
the game starts when
but
all the players leave the...
They could have assumed that there was going to be a 5-man rotation, and you definitely don't want your Alchemist getting caught in that.
Sure, and this is the exact same play that was made last time. There was a big 5-man rotation. But
I will say this, I don't know why Alk isn't skilling anything. I think it's pretty safe to just skill your Q at this point.
Yeah, maybe he's holding it, wondering if AA is going to try and get a cold feet early so they can combo together.
Maybe.
Because a unstable concoction with
CM,
a guaranteed second stun on the cold feet is useful.
CM takes a lot of damage. She's just dead. Yeah.
You can't stick around and defend those camp blocking wards. A lot of times players will block a camp and then they'll try and protect that from being dewarded, and that's a mistake. You let the other player deward it, waste their time out of lane, and then pressure whoever's remaining in lane. But if you dance out in the lane there and a hero that can't trade well, and CM is not a jungle fighting, man fighting hero, you lose.
A just took like 50% of his HP to a neutral creep.
Nice. Oh, here's a stun, but there's no cold feet combo.
It doesn't matter. It's so much damage.
So the Alchemist had level 2, AA didn't, but that was good enough. I didn't realize Alchemist had his level 2 spell. That's a good time
Yeah,
to go.
Alchemist is a very fair and balanced hero, considering the fact that he has 3 skill points at level 2.
Right.
Well, technically 4 because it's a level 2. It's level 2 Grievel's Greed.
Oh, is it? Nice. Yeah, it's pretty strong.
Yeah. It's
I think he always learned a little bit from how to play Legion Commander, though. So this was the hero that he was taking tips from Nas from on the other day, and I think he's going to play it much better with the aggro and the waves back.
I played this matchup personally the other day, Legion versus Alchemist. I think this is actually super Alchemist favored. I think
Interesting.
I think Alchemist is just playing this lane not super great. I don't know how much of that is due to Alchemist or due to his support.
Oh, the stun, so he kills himself.
Yeah.
Well, at least they didn't get the last hit. But the silence on the Skywrath to keep him swallowing his own unstable concoction, huge. And the AA hasn't gotten a cold feet combo yet with him.
Yeah. Jazz just sitting in the mid lane, kind of getting outlasted by Nico here, which is very scary because you don't want to lose last hits early to Shadow Fiend because it just makes the rest of your lane hard.
I think with Windrunner, though, you're kind of stuck with that. This isn't going to be a good matchup, and they're playing Windrunner for later game.
Yeah.
You know, this isn't meant to be a lane winner. They probably expected, hey, we're going to lose a little bit to the Nico Shadow Fiend early, but they blind picked it without seeing the Shadow Fiend, thinking, what do we want later on?
Yeah.
Later on, they're going to want something that's a little bit more impactful and has more carry potential than the Void Spirit did last time.
Oh, they might.
Oh, late cold feet combo. It's not going to work. The AA was not
but he
positioned.
gets the last hit with the
Wow, nice.
chilling
Level
touch.
2 chilling touch.
You remember how you said your boy Champ here likes to build core? He's going Ags.
Yep, he. What? No way.
No, he doesn't have it. He doesn't have it queued up.
Okay.
That'd be funny though. I approve.
I would have
I
had to have
approve.
flamed him a little bit later.
First item Ags. That
That's
would
good.
be great. But let's see.
Yeah,
Speaking of items,
I
let's.
think the second point in chilling touch is griefing though. He is trying to go for right clicks.
Yeah. I would.
Okay, so he times that well.
Yeah, I would love.
Which is good, but he needs to have the ice vortex.
I agree.
Enemies gather at Radiant's bottom tower.
It looks like
And he just may not know the build up.
aside from bottom lane, it looks like every other lane's relatively calm. Which I think actually favors the Radiant, because you don't want your Doom to get just gone on by the Ursa, because Doom just gets shredded by Ursa.
Well,
And he's getting
but
good
Doom's
last
still
hits.
one of the better sustaining offlaners. So.
Yeah, he's getting good last hits too, so it's not like he's paying the price and missing last hits. He's just able to dodge the Ursa's aggression fairly well. But
Yeah, and Snap is a lot of damage in lane.
yeah.
The Snapfire helps basically stabilize that lane a lot more.
That's true.
Nico is stacking though, so he's already got an ancient and a hard camp stack in the jungle, and he's not falling behind on the CS. So he has the same amount of CS as the Windrunner mid, but he's making stacks at the same time. So I think he's going to be very impactful here.
I do like how Alchemist is both pulling the waves and like taking side camps. He's not letting any gold go to waste.
Yep, he backpacked his 2 tangos. He says, this lane is so uneventful, my P5 can walk away, and I'm not even going to have tangos ready in my inventory. That's how confident the Alchemist is. A little ridiculous. The Legion Commander should not let him get away with that.
Yeah. Alright. But Alk hitting level 5.
Has the Sky attempted to deward their hard camp block
he
here?
hasn't. He has a sentry.
That's really unfortunate. He should be yelling it for the pills to
He
deward that hard
He
camp.
just
so
put the
they can get it
sentry in
full.
his backpack, so he's really not committed to it. Nico getting a kill on Wind Ranger mid.
Yeah.
She is level 6 too, so. But yeah, these
I think
these lanes are a little bit less aggro than last game, but I think that, like I said, goes in favor of Radiant as
oh, big kill on the
yeah.
Doom top.
As
though.
I'm saying that, you know,
The Doom tries to play too aggressive, and he stays in the lane too long.
we're just
Don't let those stacks build
we're
up.
just cursing them, right? Ooh,
Oh, absolutely.
good catch on this. Wait, what happened there? You saw that, right?
On the Doom, or are you talking
No,
about
on-
the Ursa here?
On the Wind Ranger. She threw a cookie at her, but
Oh.
it didn't do anything.
I'm not sure.
The only thing I could think of is maybe that it doesn't work if you are rooted, but I don't think that's how that works.
Maybe. Some spells have weird interactions. Like if you astral someone getting cookie, they get astraled up in the air there, but an imaginary body still completes the stun jump.
Yeah.
Even after the person's astraled. So could be one of those clunkier interactions.
Like, come on, guys. I think that's a remake, right? You know? Game bug.
All right.
Let
Each team takes their own wisdom rune. So Sky got his much earlier, but Snap eventually did go back for theirs. No one stole it.
Alk is opting to just jungle at this point, understanding that Legion can just kill him with the help of Sky.
Yeah, and didn't even get their camp one blocked, which I think is hilarious.
Yeah.
So a lot of wasted potential in that Legion lane. Sky's going
Yeah.
top though, trying to make a play here, secure another kill for the Ursa. One kill, maybe two, if CM gets another spell here in a second.
Lance of Pursuit on this Ursa. It's gonna be really hard for him to get away.
CM's going to have a spell here. Oh, they don't even need the CM spell. Just with the Sky, they get both kills in the off lane.
But
This is looking rough for Radiant already.
yeah, Alchemist not having anywhere near enough last hit or gold.
He goes for a 0 duration stun on the Legion.
Yeah. This Ursa has the same net worth as Alchemist, which is so scary. Oh, but
Yeah.
Ursa's gonna fall
Good.
here.
Wow, good, yeah. Good catch on the Ursa. That's still going to be a kill.
Yeah.
Excellent jump for mid here. You let the Doom leech a little bit XP in the mid lane.
Yeah. This should give him level 6.
Yeah.
Oh.
I
Trying
think you
to
take
take
that Doom and you come right back for the Ursa.
duel on Legion Commander bottom. He might fall for it though. No, he's a
Wow,
little
that's
fast.
optimistic. You don't have your Sky with you? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, why duel 1v2 there? I think they send the Doom up top though, and you just ult the Ursa. Right as he comes back to lane, he dies twice in a row. This is massive.
Yeah, they
Oh, you cookied the wrong person. Miss the shackle. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
botched attempt there. It's really unfortunate. You need to cookie the Windrunner so that he gets the range to get the shackle, and then Doom comes in with the ult later. Doom is not going to run up and ult with the cookie, so a little bit of misplay there, but they had the right idea. If they had killed the Ursa a second time right after he respawns with the first Doom, huge momentum for Radiant.
that's true.
Top towers under attack.
Oh,
Whispered that Radiant employs
Intensity.
Poor Legion still
Yeah.
trying to fight here without a support and standing in the acid. Not looking good. It's going for Blade Mail first, which I like. I think that's definitely the right play. You can't afford to get a Blink Dagger here.
Yeah, you want to play much more momentum based, so. And just being able to have Alchemist shred himself whenever he's what is it, chem-raged?
Yeah. I think they're wasting a lot of opportunity here in the off lane for the Doom. Like, you missed the Doom on Ursa, I understand. Waste it on a support. Kill the weak and easy support with your Doom, and then make it so that Ursa's outnumbered and he doesn't feel safe farming here. But just sitting around trying to passively farm
They're going on
by
this
yourself,
on the CM,
not
though.
worth it. Yeah, if you get a cookie on it, where's the cookie? What is...
They just-
okay,
they
I guess
just
he
don't
knew
need
he
it.
didn't need it. Yeah, and giving it to the Doom is pretty valuable, so maybe they just wanted the Doom to walk over and get the last hit.
You know, I will say
don't
this.
think
I
that
feel
at
like Alchemist is missing out on so much damage. Because he's throwing it whenever it still has like 1.5 seconds. You can reliably throw it at 0.5 seconds. And it actually amps your damage so much.
Yeah, he's thrown it early every time, and I'm wondering if that's like some sort of play where he thinks that the Legion's going to try and get a turnaround duel if like the support is hiding in the trees, and he may just feel safer to throw the concoction away, not knowing where the other supports are.
Yeah.
He may be, because remember, he did die to his own unstable concoction because the Skywrath silenced him when he didn't expect
that was
it.
pretty funny too.
So-
Oh, Nico has TP boots. He's gonna
Where's the duel?
Ooh.
Oh, you didn't duel.
mass TPs. They want to take this fight,
Yep.
but you have to.
Oh,
but
Nico
Nico's
needs
huge.
the ult to save
Oh
everyone.
no!
Big ult, yeah. They could still turn this.
Where's,
They could get
where's
a.
the kisses?
I don't know.
Oh, kisses
Okay,
do come
they do
out,
at least get
but
someone out
I
of
feel
it.
like they were a little late.
Yeah. I think they still could have turned it if they were faster with the plays, but at least getting the Legion is something.
Yeah. You know, just gotta throw enough ultis until it works.
Yeah. It's really unfortunate that the Legion tried to buff himself. You never press the attack anymore before the duels.
No.
So the duel now gives you, or the press the attack now gives you the move speed. It's nice, but you really don't need the HP regen. So you just need to run in, Blade Mill duel, and trust that your Shadow Fiend is going to do the
Alchemist-
damage. He didn't trust it. He wanted to buff himself.
Alchemist
And that
does
cost him
have
the
enough
duel
gold
wrench.
for Sacred Relic. Not buying it though.
He may be sending the courier on the way, so he may not need to run in for it himself. He'll just
Yeah,
send the courier and continue to farm passively.
Yeah, but his courier's in base, and he's also has had enough gold for it for about, I don't know, a minute, 2 minutes.
That's an efficiency issue then, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
His
The
courier's
Sacred Relic is a lot better than a Gauntlet of
yeah,
Strength.
his courier's finally going out, but I think this genuinely is making an impact on his timing, because he would have already.
You think he's going to leave it now at this point and try and save up for the whole thing?
I think so.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, not efficient, but he's just going to have a surprise Radiance. And maybe the enemy team isn't going to have seen the Sacred Relic on him at all, and it'll be a good item announcement. Or what's the term?
Reveal.
When you show up? Yeah, item reveal. It'll be a good Radiance.
I don't know. I don't particularly like how. I think he would have gotten his Radiance like an entire minute sooner if he just flew out the relic.
Good blink dodge on the Shadow Fiend did not get Shackle ulted by the Wind Ranger in mid right there. He was deep into the enemy tower, and Nico sees the Shackle come out and blinks.
I will say, Ursa was having a good lane, but he kind of fell behind a little bit. Does have the Battle Fury, so he is going to be a little bit more focused on farming.
Ugh. Going for
Mass
the
TPs.
Battle Fury, okay.
Doom on this Legion Commander again. She's just going to get killed.
Good kill. Was she trying to cut creep waves behind the tower? That's really aggressive for a lane that is not winning.
No, I think...
Like, you don't cut creep waves when you're not winning the lane.
I think she was just trying to run away from the TPs and just ran into the rest of the team.
Yeah, but she ran past the tower instead of away from it, back towards her own. Ugh.
Weird, but we're here now, and it looks like Radiant's actually pulling ahead a little bit. You got to be careful looking at these net worths, though. They have 2 gold steroids in the Alchemist and Doom.
Yep, and they're both top of the net worth, but without those steroids, Nico is at the top.
Oh,
so.
they might... Nico avoiding it. Thanks to the
Well, he's
Watcher.
got the Legion here, so he needs to run in for a duel. No Blink Dagger, but if he just Blade Mail duels without trying to press the attack first, he will probably get it.
Yeah.
Okay, Radiant all backs away. Couldn't
Not
catch.
quite fast enough. Oh,
right there, duel. There
Good
you go.
catch.
No press the attack, that's how you do it. Someone got mad at him last time and told him not to use the spells in the wrong order, and he wins.
Hayawi getting stunned by the Ogre Seal. Is it gonna be 2?
You got to run through the camp and sidestep that stun. Maybe he was looking at the map and not paying attention to what he was doing.
Chaz gets cookied into them, but there is a stop for the Shadow Fiend ulti.
Yeah, the shackle shot there saves him big time. That Shadow Fiend ult would have been a free kill there. And really, you don't need to save the Shadow Fiend ult. You pop it every time to take whatever kill you
100%.
get.
Especially on a core.
Well, it would have been on the Snapfire, I think.
No, it
So
was
the
no.
Snapfire
That was on the Wind Ranger. Wind Ranger got
Oh,
yeah,
was
it got
Wow.
cookied in on accident.
Hmm.
But he's able to save himself.
Yep. So Blink Dagger on the Legion Commander.
The
So they should start hunting here. Skywrath isn't playing with them though. Skywrath
Rage-
is just leeching XP
Rage
and
pings-
trying to go for
Range
Kratos.
pings out the Legion commander, so they might know about it.
Yeah, but Legion should be yelling at Skywrath, telling him, "Hey, get with me.
Yeah, they're
we
smoking.
need to make a
They're
play
smoking
together."
up. They're
Okay.
ready to go.
Yeah. Crystal Maiden 2 here just to absolutely secure the kill. I like that.
Hayawi finds
All right, take
Rage.
the duel. Take the duel.
Ooh,
Yep.
good one.
He saves the.
Oh, but the blink's
Oh,
done
no.
on Skyra or on Alchemist.
Yep, and this is a very expensive set of trades here.
Yeah.
You get the kill, but the whole team TPs in and takes out both your supports because they can't turn around in time.
Now this is
A little bit of space for Ursa and Shadow Fiend though. Shadow Fiend tries to take the tower. Ursa's still just jungling away.
Dire's bottom tower is under siege.
Ursa's got a DD bottle, or no, it's Shadow Fiend. Sorry. Wonder if they try to make a play with this.
yeah. Ursa does have a blink dagger now,
Duel's up in 20.
so
Yeah, and Duel is up in 20, so you go right back to hunting. And
oh,
really
they
need
can
to catch the
they
Alchemist,
can catch this Doom right now.
which isn't a bad
Yeah,
target. You take what you can
They
get.
100% catch him. Alchemist might concoction himself. They saw his courier. They know where he's at.
Oh, they know, and they've got the Duel up.
Oh,
Blink
duel!
duel,
Oh
blink
my
duel.
God! Alk
Yep.
is gonna die to that.
That makes up for all
Oh,
the Legion misplays
no.
so far. He is doing his job.
Yeah, unfortunate. Alk just not using his courier properly. Gives his location out and he dies for it.
Yeah, he was really far in too. He was farming their jungle camp next to the Tormentor, which is
very
really
ancient.
deep. So he must have expected absolutely no rotation.
Nico's going
from our
magic
side.
build, by the way, with a
I think that's 100%
yeah,
correct.
he has an E-blade done already. So interesting.
I think that's absolutely the way to go. With the Ursa Legion on your team, you don't need another right clicker, and you're skipping all the value that they get if they do start building Crimsons and Halberds.
I will say I am a little disappointed. There isn't a single phylactery yet. So
Yet. Who could go for
Skywrath.
it? Crystal Maidens, Sky. Yep, both Crystal and Sky.
ooh, they might catch Nico here. He gets stunned up.
Big
Ooh, yeah,
Yep.
that is a dead Shadow Fiend.
This ward, he pings it out. He knows what word killed him. That cost him his life, and he knows exactly where it is.
Yeah, it's a
Unfortunate that they got such a deep invasion ward there.
yeah.
Crystal Maiden might die for the D ward here.
Nah.
No, everyone's too
Ooh, big duel on this.
Mystic. Oh. Is the Mystic Flare for Skywrath not
Yes, it's
displaying on
not.
the screen for you?
It's a bug.
Okay. So it's an invisible Mystic Flare. I wonder if the players see
No,
it.
it's just a bug in the game right now. Nos is gonna get
Nice.
caught out by this Alchemist though. Big kill.
Oh yeah.
I think this went way better for Radiant here.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. It looks like they were trying to turn it around, but you still don't have control of that area, and the Shadow Fiend is dead to not help. It's a little optimistic. They're not strong enough for this yet.
Oh,
Soon enough, they will be, I think, but you got to wait for the Shadow Fiend to come back next time you play that.
yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think Radiant has that good of a team for stealing Roche, so I think Dire can safely contest Roche.
Yeah.
Although it looks like Radiant is setting up for it.
The thing is, you've now gotten to the point where your gold steroids aren't really outrunning the other team as much as you want them to. So the Doom and the Alchemist should really have a nice gold advantage, but Dire's keeping
Ooh,
up
but
with them.
if Radiant steal this Roshan, that's huge.
That is really good timing, especially when you expect the teams to be going for Tormentors instead. This is a good play.
Yeah, but it looks like they're prepping to come down for Roche as well. This could be a huge fight.
Do you think they're casually inspecting? Okay, they're gonna know based on that ice vortex, but now it's too late.
Yeah. Are they gonna catch anyone on their way out?
I can't imagine they stay and take this fight. I think Radiant wants to disengage, and Dire should want to disengage.
Yeah.
They don't have the Crystal Maiden, not a whole lot, but that's a lot of area damage for a team fight, and you just don't force this.
Rage
5v6.
is drawing the line. He wants that Tormentor. He wants his shard.
It's a good play.
Yeah. I think I'd rather my shard on Snapfire too instead of on the AA.
Radiant's middle tower thunders with blows from
They do have all their cooldowns back up now,
Oh,
so now smoke
5-man
time.
smoke.
Oh, and they do.
They're ready to go.
Yep, they do it.
enemies gather.
This is a excellent aggressive play. You smoke in, you kill them, and if they're farming their own Tormentor, they're going to be weak.
Ooh,
you
they are.
finish off their Tormentor and steal it.
They are farming the Tormentor. They know exactly where they're at now.
Throw the scan and kill whoever you can.
Alk,
Double Alchemist stun. Oof.
huge kill.
Wow.
2 deaths,
Bad
3
play.
deaths, 4 deaths.
Mystic Flare is back now for me, though.
They're all falling. It looks like Alk wants more. He's gonna chase up the high ground. He does have.
Yep.
He does have the
Radiant's top tower.
Aegis. So
You know what? That's not a bad play. If the rest of his team was with him too, you could team wipe them and really secure the whole area.
yeah.
But still, massive advantage for them. They did get their Tormentor in time, so Skywrath got his shard, and now Radiant will probably try and run back to take their own.
Alk opting to go for the acid spray talent, which gives them armor to counteract the presence of the Dark Lord. Which
Advantage here, and they need to push it. They think, okay, let's not drag this late. Don't let them catch up. We've got them on the back
Yeah.
foot. Close out the
it's
game.
it's damage, not extra gold. So you would get
Oh, it's damage.
you would get
Ah.
a maximum of 18 times 3 damage. So what? Like 48 damage?
Yeah, I guess if you're after you're farming, but yeah, that still feels like a thing to me.
Yeah, I like the acid spray talent a lot. I think it's pretty good. I don't think it's.
All right, any crazy items?
What was that? Hello?
Oh, I was saying any crazy items. I think everyone's going pretty vanilla here. Snapfire's getting a Greaves. I like
Yeah.
that. AA's got second force staff.
I
2
I would
blooms on
much
Doom
prefer.
Out.
I would
Those are all
much
good.
prefer Doom
3
going
blooms
for
on-
aura items, but I think the build he's going for is fine. Like I think pipe would be so good, and the fact that
Dire's going to have their BKBs up a little early. Looks like you guys going.
oh no, Jack, you keep cutting
Yeah.
out.
Pipe is excellent, but the imbalance of BKBs for Dire might be an issue next couple fights.
Yeah. Oh, they get a good scan. They find the Ursa with the scan. Nico's TPing out, so Ursa's all alone, but he senses that he's fucked, so he leaves. I think Radiant just really want.
Yeah, and you see the creeps here getting killed to invisible spells.
Yeah. I think.
They need to shove.
Radiant,
They know
yeah.
they want to close out here. That's a great play.
Is ravaged by the enemy. Radiant's
Dire's waiting for a couple of their BKBs to catch up. So they have 1, they want 3. When they get 3 BKBs, it's go time. That's their best chance to hold their ground and defend the siege.
Yeah. Do you think they should go high ground here on Radiant?
So a little 1,000 gold from BKB. Legion's probably 100, 200 gold away. Like, once you let Dire get triple BKBs into your one, it makes everything much harder.
I agree.
Unless they get a great pickoff. But if you're just 5v5 standing, looking at each other, trying to do a slow siege, you don't want to be out.
On the Alchemist, Nico buying back, but it's not in time to save this Ursa as a big ulti coming out from Nico. Are they able to catch this Wind Ranger? It looks like it. Still, overall, I think it's a better fight for the Radiant.
Yep, and AA is probably a free kill. Hard hard to tell. I feel like Dyer really responded well there. Nico feels he needs to buy back, and I think that's the correct play. It's an expensive hold, but getting those 3 kills at the end and not letting Radiant continue to siege you while you don't have those BKBs ready yet is huge.
Yeah.
This gives Ursa enough time to get his BKB. So he didn't have it in that fight, and I think that's a big factor. When Ursa has his BKB in the next minute or so for the next fight, they're going to be much more confident on Dyer, especially if Nico doesn't get caught out and doomed at the beginning.
Yeah, but now if Nico gets caught out and doomed, then he's down for 120 or 100 seconds. Just kind of makes it to where Radiant can just kind of go do whatever they want.
Sure, but they're gambling a little bit. So,
but ultimately, I think there's
but they probably know that they're behind, and they're going to need to play a little bit riskier. And so when they realize that they get their next couple BKBs out,
yeah. Is my voice cutting out in Discord?
a little bit. It sounds like your some of your sentences drop a word or two, and I don't know if it's like the quality of the internet connection
well,
or what.
I was just looking at my internet. Apparently, my internet is fucking shitting itself. Oh, I am currently not connected to Dota. Oh.
Oh, nice. Well, I still hear you here. So, how's mine though coming through?
Not good for me, but it's on my end, not your end. So.
Fair enough. I'll keep babbling then if I need to.
Yeah, you're the eyes and ears. Just be very descriptive.
Sounds good. Okay, so Radiant is gathering in their jungle, and it looks like they're about to make a play. They've all stopped farming, and they're standing next to each other, so I bet they hug and smoke. There it is. There's a smoke. Radiant is invading Dyer's invading Radiant Triangle, but Radiant is standing on top of the steps watching them do it, so it's going to be a bad start. Duel on to AA. They get the kill immediately, but Alchemist is chewing up the Radiant line here, so one support dead on each side. Ursa popped his BKB, Legion pops his. Oh no, Ursa popped Rage, now BKB. They're on the run though. Radiant is cleaning up massively. Wind Ranger gets a free kill on the Ursa after the Enrage runs out, and it looks like this is going Radiant. Nico is trying as hard as he can, can't kill the Alchemist, and everyone's running on Dyer. Radiant is looking to see how many cleanup kills they can get. Looks like it's going to be Nico at least. Maybe Hayawi. Nico pops. Hayawi tried to save him. All Hayawi did was give him a press the attack buff, and now he's going to die too. So save your friend syndrome gets half of Dyer killed, and this is the beginning of the end. Nico has no buyback. His Ursa and his Legion are dead, also with no buyback, but shorter cooldowns. Radiant has about 40 seconds to end the game. Maybe 90 if they can end it with everyone but Shadow Fiend up.
Yeah, I'm glad that you were able to do all
a very
of that.
Unfortunate, desperate play.
So you want to know what I saw on my end? It was kind of funny. So every character was standing in the same spot where the game froze for me, but I could see all the spell effects and I could see when they were popping BKBs. So.
That's hilarious, but they're all
they're all not moving. Like I can see their attack animations too. It's just okay. But I'm back in the game. I can see everything.
That's funny. Good deal. So Radiant's looking to close out. Everyone but Shadow Fiend is alive on Dyer's side, but they don't even want to fight this.
They get a
they try. They go for a duel. They lose the duel.
They do get a big kill on this Alchemist.
Still get the kill on Alchemist. So actually losing the duel. Yeah, even though you lose the duel on it, killing him after the duel might still be worth it.
Oh, it's 100% worth it. You even though you get damage from duel's essentially like a really long stun. That's what you should use it for if you're behind.
Yeah, especially at this point. Legion only has 30 minutes in. He's not going to become the super rapier killer hero anytime soon.
So apparently my stream died, so yeah. Well, like 5 minutes ago.
Can you reconnect?
No, I'm reconnected. It's just the stream restarted, so if they're asking about the VODs.
Okay, so it'll just be 2 separate videos.
Yeah, there's gonna be like probably a 5-minute period that's just not there. Oh well.
come in handy.
No worries.
I don't know why my internet's so bad right now.
Oh, but yeah, so we're back in now.
Yeah, I'm here.
Radiant's top tower is
Yeah, not sure.
Radiant's top tower has
I had a Microsoft update when I rebooted when we were getting set up at the beginning here. So I had like a new, you know how every time Microsoft updates, your Microsoft Edge browser wants to give you a new fucking splash
Yeah.
screen. It says we've updated Edge. It's like I don't care.
Yeah.
Didn't mean anything to me.
Please use our product
But
still.
all right.
Radiant is
Basically, Radiant's gonna get a nice roast.
yeah. It
Dyer's group looking for a smoke or
Yeah.
something, or they're just in defensive formation while Ursa farms.
It's always so sad whenever you're playing an Ursa game and the other team is getting more Roches than. Pinging
Yeah.
out the Tormentor, it looks like Radiant might want to go steal it.
Yeah,
But-
I think that's the right play. And even if you
Oh,
don't
it's-
steal it,
it's-
you posture
It's
around
Ursa
it and you
ping,
look
it's
for
Ursa
pickoff.
pinging it out. I don't know if. Oh, they catch the CM, but it's not enough.
Yeah, and they're just backing away. They can't even defend their own Tormentor. That's a shame. Realistically, this would be the spot where you want to fight. Like, the Tormentor helps you. He's like a sixth member of your team. He gets the cores down
Yeah.
to half. Like, that's when you want to take
And
the
then
fight.
you
But even
and then you jump in
Dyer's
and you
just so
also
weak.
get tormented down. So like, it's a double-edged sword.
Well, but you jump in while you're 100%, they're 50%, and then you attack them. You would think that they would stop attacking the Tormentor and attack you back.
Yeah.
Nico is not there, though. He TP's home, but he's going to be a little late for the siege defense. Looks like a support's going to die before
Not
that.
quite. They get a.
Good duel, though. Or is it?
Oh,
No.
not quite enough. Doom coming off on the Shadow Fiend. He's gonna fall with no buyback. Legion Commander does get a good buyback and might be able to take down this Doom. Not quite. He's getting kited out.
No,
Death and
too many stuns.
it looks like this.
And wow, that is it.
This is probably gonna be game.
Oh,
A 1-1 for the
It has to be.
first week. I don't know. We could.
yeah, and I predicted wrong both times.
Yeah.
I thought the Radiant lineup wasn't nearly as good.
You know what,
looking.
Jag? We should.
The draft didn't seem to go the way I
We
expected.
should take donations. So whenever someone donates to us, we just predict for the other team. That would be easy way
Nice.
to win your games, right? I don't know. There is still a chance.
Yeah,
There's,
it's like when you threaten the stock market and you say, if you guys don't pay me, I'm going to buy your stock, and then your company's going to lose.
I don't know. They still have another fight in them. It doesn't look like they're looking to GG out yet. So
I guess, and that's just good measure.
Yeah.
In games like this, there's a tiny, tiny chance that you could win a fight, so you might as well take
yeah,
it. It doesn't hurt.
Alk.
Realistically, they're talking about the next game, or they're thinking about the next game.
Well, there is
point.
no next game. This is the game.
Oh, that's right. This
Yeah,
is
I know.
This is a 2-game series.
I know you didn't ever have to worry about not having to play your entire series.
Right,
you know?
yeah. Yeah, we didn't go 1-1,
Yeah.
so I don't know how that is.
You
We
don't
just
you don't
do
know
it.
how this works, but
Right.
anyway,
Ah.
it was a.
Man, that's a terrible feeling to not win both games.
I will say it was a good showing from both teams, just on different games. So, but
Yeah,
MVP
a lot of interesting
MVP and LVP.
Oof.
I think-
MVP, LVP.
I'll
This is going to be a
I'll
whole
say
lot
I'll
tougher.
say MVP for this game. I'm gonna say Dunkers or Dunkmers. The Doom was super impactful. I think he had a lot of really big Dooms. Although Wind Ranger did also make a lot of space when they were having a little bit of a rough early game. So I think it's either one of those.
Yeah, no,
two.
I like the Doom as
Yeah.
well. So the Wind Ranger kind of looks a little flashier. Yeah, the Wind Ranger looks a little flashier, but ended up with less net worth. The Doom had a lot of money coming in from his Midas, and he used it. It wasn't just, oh, hey, I'm a flashy Doom with Devourer and Midas giving me money. No, let me get my Blink and my Halberd and all the things that I need to help contribute to the team. The Wind Ranger did better than the Shadow Fiend, or felt like it was contributing more than the Shadow Fiend.